What up, friends and family? What up? What up? What up? Best Midnight live stream channel with people who have sense and want to do something positive with themselves. Shout out to Michael Penix, my early super chatters, Yakar, uh, Solution Trucking, Kojak, Sharon James, Hoppy Weasel. Yeah, I know y'all thought that I wasn't gonna make it, but I'm here. Shout out to Dion Sardines. Dion Sardines says, AD, what is your definition or meaning of crashing out or to crash out? It means to basically do something that's not in your best interest that you could have avoided. That's basically what it is. Like and it can apply to a lot of different things. Like you can crash out when it comes to um, ruining your future, going to delete somebody, going to fight, messing up your money, um, getting into a relationship you're not supposed to be in based off of sex, like getting finessed. Like all of that is just, in my opinion, anything that you're doing that's just going to be really, really bad for you, that's crashing out. Shout out to Dion Sardines. Miss Lady J in the building. I appreciate you, Miss Lady J. Miss Lady J says, hope today held many blessings for you and the ones you love. I had to attend a funeral for my cousin who passed while traveling with her sister to Dubai. Ooh, what happened? Life is too short not to love every moment of it. You said you had to attend a funeral for your cousin who passed while traveling with her sister to Dubai. Man, what happened? I mean, I don't want to ask what happened, but why would they pass while they was traveling to Dubai? That's crazy. How you know I got a nap? Solution Trucking. How you know I got a nap? I was gone. But I was gone. I actually had planned on waking up like I had only planned to sleep for like an hour, and then I wound up sleeping for like almost 3 hours. So yeah, basically screwing up. That's what I define it as. I wound up sleeping for like 3 hours, but I was like, oh man, I was gone. I was gone. So I did that. I cleaned up. Um, I don't know if I don't vac. It's not a vacuum, but I got one of them. What do you call them things? A um, a Dyson. I got a really expensive Dyson that do all of the floors, all of the hardwood floors. So I did that, and washed all the towels and stuff like that. So I was chilling. Yeah, I had to get them because I got a flight to catch in the morning. So I'm gonna probably be up all night, to be honest with you, because I got to prepare for tomorrow. I got a flight to catch, and you know, so I'll probably pull close to an all nighter, and I'm gonna be chilling. Reginald Rice, what up, Reginald Rice? Says Anton, big fan all the way from Bama. Been learning a lot. Just download a Patreon. Time to bag chase. More blessings to you. Shout out to the new bag chasers. Y'all can tell that I've been asleep. You can hear it. Trini Life said y'all can. How can you hear? What up to my dog Julian Rooks? How can you hear that I've been knocked out or that I've been sleeping? I don't understand that. Like my voice is the same as it's always been. My voice is the same as it's always been. Where y'all want to start? We can go with Boosie, Bricc Baby, Cam, Candace Owens, and then I got a couple things. I think I'm gonna go with Bricc Baby first because that's where all of the everybody talking about this Bricc Baby situation now. So I think I'm gonna start with that. Get that out of the way. Speaking of crashing out, we'll get that prepped for the people. How y'all feel tonight, man, before we get into the show? Hello? What's going on? I'm on a live stream. All right, bye. People be hitting you up like, yo, what you doing? Like, yo, I'm on the internet. The same thing that I'm always doing. Somebody named dog. You got to get a different. You got to get a different name. Post Nut Clarity. He is a Crip. Same voice, way more relaxed than Cadence. All right, well, I'm gonna have to talk like this. It's the hoodie that got you looking like you took a nap. Voice sound a little bit more raspy, groggy like when you first wake up. Say less, time to roll up. Voice still my voice is raspy. J Dub says, I appreciate you, big bro. All right, y'all. I'm gonna keep y'all up. I'm gonna keep y'all up for the night. And I'm gonna read the super chats throughout the show. I appreciate y'all. Let me see if I can pull up this Bricc Baby. Bricc Baby. What a name. I got some thoughts. I've seen people talking about it. I haven't actually watched the video yet. And let me see if I can pull it up. You know why I like this platform? You know why I like doing this show? Because I can pivot. I can just do what I want to do when I want to do it. It's not as planned. Like I kind of got to prepare a little bit for the Millionaire Morning Show because I got a tight timeline and I got a deadline. What's up, BizQ? What's up? Eric Williams says, what's good, bro? Got to give it to you. I was checking you out on my part-time gig this morning. I'm just getting off my full-time gig. I see you decided to come on and do the show tonight. Yeah, man. I told y'all I was going to do it, man. So when I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. It's late, but it's cool. Have you thoughts on Bricc Baby and haven't seen the video? I seen everybody talking about it. And so instead of me just listening to everybody else's take from it, I figured I might as well go and see it myself. So a lot of people may not be familiar with Bricc Baby, but we're going to talk about it and we're going to get to it. So obviously Bricc Baby is somebody that be on No Jumper. He a Crip out there in on the West Coast. And I guess he be on No Jumper, and apparently he crashed out on No Jumper. So instead of me listening to anybody, I try not to listen to nobody else's commentary, man, unless I was just like catching a show that I really like. I don't watch No Jumper, so it was easy for me not to watch what was going on with it. But this is what everybody was talking about, and so I want to find out what's going on. Somehow, some way, No Jumper always ends up back in my timeline. So we're going to get into it. Hopefully it ain't too bad or it ain't too cringy. But let me see if I can get it up.
We're talking about how you good at rapping.
Yeah, you motherfucking buster, nigga.
Pissed off all the traffic?
I'm pissed off about motherfucker running 3-day content.
Look how hold on. Look how corny Adam 22 is. I like to call him what everybody else call him. I call him Adam 12 because, in my opinion, he be getting these dudes set up, and that's what I mean by crashing out. It's not just the Bricc Baby thing, but it's also Adam 12. Street TV says, no need to replay it, especially if you don't watch No Jumper. All parties have spoke behind the scenes. Man, don't tell me what to do. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you why it's important to replay it. Because it's always lessons to be learned from every situation, whether we talking about money, politics, street politics, or whatever. It's always lessons to be learned. And Adam 22 decided to leave it up on his channel Adam 22 is profiting from it. And so that's a bigger lesson here. This is a bigger lesson in the street politics. This is a bigger lesson in the street politics. All right? Listen, I don't have to be a regular Adam 22 watcher to be able to react to certain stuff that's going on. It's not even some, listen, my concern is not even about the gang politics or the street politics. My concern is why do y'all continue to let Adam 22 profit? Because he clipped it up. He clipped it up and he put it up there and he put this big old, look at what the cover photo is. Because if this is his man's, right? Look at the cover photo. Look at the cover photo. This is man's, right? Adam 22 is running up a check on it, right? Why do people continue to go on Adam 22 and allow themselves to continue to be a poster child for bullshit and then want to tell other people that they're not supposed to look at it or react to it? Why do other people go on Adam 22 and then make, you know what I'm saying, allow for themselves to be on it and then tell everybody else that they're not supposed to react to it or they're not supposed to pay attention to what's going on? Why wouldn't I pay attention to what's going on? Why wouldn't I? Listen, man. I'm gonna play what I want to play on my channel, and I'm not gonna let nobody tell me what it is that I can't play on my channel. I respect you. I respect your opinion, and I'm not gonna tell you what to do on your channel, but I'm definitely gonna do what I want to do on my channel, and I don't censor nobody in the chat.
There he is. We're talking about how you good at rapping.
Yeah, you motherfucking buster, nigga.
Pissed off all the traffic?
I'm pissed off about motherfucker running.
Look at Adam 22, bro. Why are people hanging with Adam 22, man? I cannot understand it for the life of me. Why are people rocking and looking at Adam 22? Why is Adam 22 the spot where everybody going to hang out at? I can't understand why people feel that comfortable with it. And he bring everybody on there. In my opinion, I know a lot of people be having conversations about Vlad because the biggest conversation about Vlad is they feel like he a culture vulture and stuff like that, right? But see, here's the thing. What I don't see from, I see it completely different. It's similar, but it's different in a lot of ways. Because I don't believe in the culture vulture shit, right? But what I do believe in is the idea behind the fact that somebody is only associating themselves with something for one particular reason. You know, when I do interviews with people a lot of time and I have them on my platform, right? I do interviews with people and I have them on my platform. And the one thing that I say to people a lot of times is I say, hey, fam, is it anything that you don't want to talk about? Or post interview, I'll say, hey, man, this is a little wild. You sure you want to lead that up or whatever? Or I'll even go as far as if somebody reach out to me, if somebody reaches out to me and they be like, hey, man, you know what? This is wrong, or man, this is whatever, so on and so forth. I'll be like, all right, cool. Cool, let's take it out.
3-day content about the same situation.
Street TV. See, listen, when I say people go there, I'm not just talking about people that's in the streets. Adam 22 do interviews with a lot of different people that's even outside of the gang culture. I didn't like it when Pearl went on there. I'm like, what Why would you go on there? Why would you go on Adam 22? Like, eventually it's gonna turn into a situation where he criticized you.
He hanging like that. What up?
I'm trying to figure out why motherfuckers still running content on a conversation that got leaked from this motherfucker and keep on digging some shit up out my boy. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Dead homies, I don't give a fuck about nothing else. 6-0. Nigga's energy is what a nigga energy is.
Hey,
this
Bricc.
my boy right here. Hold on, no, 3 days in a row, gang. You
Go
been
ahead.
here 3 days in a row getting asked the same question after we talk. Nigga, I still ain't watched it. I don't know what I said to cuz. Nigga, I was hiding, motherfucker. That ain't no excuse, nigga. I know one thing. The first time I asked you, first time I picked up the phone, I said, bro, I can remember one thing only that was derogatory that I said. Did I or did I not?
Speak on it.
On 6-0 crib. Everybody else, like, it's cool. Like, all this shit, it was a Monday show. It was a show yesterday. I love you, Adam. I'm not tripping off of you. It ain't nothing like that, cuz a nigga frustrated right now, bro. Because y'all digging shit. If a nigga say he ain't gonna watch it, a nigga ain't gonna watch it. And the nigga who leak it is fuck a nigga forever. And any nigga that ride with cuz on the dead homies, it is what it is, nigga. On 6-0 crib, nigga. And me and cuz crash you niggas together. Or nigga, by myself, nigga. On the dead homies. Wherever niggas wanna meet, nigga. I don't give a fuck about no HK Turtle. I'm gonna give you your shout out today, cuz.
People threatening people online. I don't understand that either. Why do people threaten people online? Why do people threaten other people online? And I'm gonna open up the chat for anybody that want to call in and get their stuff off. You know me. Why do people threaten other people online? Listen, man, if you above the age of 20, 21, 22, 23 years old, you aged out from threatening people online. Because all you doing is putting yourself in a line of fire. Like, all you doing basically is snitching. You self-snitching. You telling on yourself what you would do, what you could do, and all of that stuff. Listen, if it's not 100% pure entertainment and y'all just doing it for the gram or y'all doing it for the... It's a zero-sum game, and we done seen this play out too many times when it came to social media.
On the dead homies, nigga. On 6-0 crib, cuz you a cop, nigga. You the police, nigga. You reach it. You want, nigga, you doing interviews with Alex Alonso, this, that, that, trying to get your shit off the ground. On the dead homies, you got the address, nigga. To right here, right now, like y'all pulled up the last time, nigga. Niggas pull up. On the dead homies, pull up, nigga. On 6-0, cause ain't no 40s coming to the 60s pushing no issues. Nigga, on rolling 60s, nigga.
Yo, we still banging out. We still banging out on neighborhoods that we don't own any property in, bro. Yo, we still doing the same stuff that we was doing in the 80s culturally. I don't even, listen, the lesson here, y'all, the lesson here is it has nothing to do with whatever little street politics that they got going on. The lesson here is when we gonna grow up? We 30 and 40 years old, still talking this same nonsense, this same trash nonsense, bro. The same thing, man. God, bro. It's kind of annoying, man, to be honest with you. It's so annoying, man. And it's like, we don't look to expand our vocabulary. We don't look to evolve. We don't look to grow. We still threatening people online. We still doing the same stuff. Still got the police watching us. Still dropping our addies and stuff like that. And for what? What's the end conversation? What's the zero-sum game? Okay, so let's say you resolve it and you chop it up. This shit is still ignorant. And then we sit there and we be like, oh man, you know, they still look at us as this. Look at the bullshit that we still be having going on, not only within the community, but I'm glad we're able to talk about it online so we can call it out. It ain't enough people calling it out for what it is, but then we supposed to be quiet. So let me tell you what they want us to do. The good people are supposed to be quiet about it because we not supposed to use this as an example because they decided that they wanted to chop it up. But Adam 20 still is still putting it up there, and they gonna still be going over into his platform in order to do it. Why they always want to control the people that's going about doing it the right way? Because we want to use this as an example of why we shouldn't do what we doing on a regular basis within the culture. Because these are the people that's making the culture look bad. It's always the people that's doing it wrong that want everybody else to shut up about what it is that they doing. Man, you're not, listen, man. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do with my platform. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do with my platform. Nobody. I don't care who. No. Listen, I created the platform. It is what it is. And it's important for us to have a conversation about how things is playing out in the culture. It's a bigger lesson in this. I don't care about y'all hood politics and y'all street politics. What about the fact that it's people that died? It's people, and when I say died, I'm talking about people that actually died for us to be able to have the right to do what we want to do. I'm talking about freedom riders. I'm talking about civil rights leaders. I'm talking about slaves. I'm talking about people that fought for your freedom. And this is the crap, this is the trash that we got to look at on a regular basis, because this is the thing that continues to proliferate inside of society. It's stupid. It's so horrible.
Ain't near 40 coming to the 60s, nigga, with no type of drama, nigga. On SC, nigga. Only 40 come through that motherfucker is Pee Wee and Lil Vernon, nigga. Dead homies, nigga. Nigga, if you niggas got underlying conditions, nigga, hate the hood, nigga, on West Side Rollers, say that, nigga. On the dead homies, cause y'all know what it is, nigga. And a nigga play ball. Bitch, the only reason I ain't come outside kill one of you niggas, cause I was in front of these white niggas. Dead homies, nigga. Me and the homies would have crashed, nigga.
I want y'all to see the ignorance. I want y'all to see the ignorance. See it for what it is. Take it in, absorb it. Understand what you looking at. Understand what we look to get away from. Understand about what we look to get away from. And anybody is more than welcome to be able to call in and get their thoughts off. I dodge nobody and everybody. Anybody can call in and get their thoughts off. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. But I got my opinion on it just like everybody else.
I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga. Shout out Devil Donut, nigga, in my real 40s, cuz. These niggas 68ers, though, nigga. On 6-0, and this my homeboy, nigga. On the hood. And whatever me and my homeboy gotta go through, nigga, to clear what we gotta clear, nigga, on 6-0, he gonna always be my homeboy, nigga. It don't matter whatever it is, nigga. But the energy that, nigga, from now on, nigga, keep on running content on my name, nigga. I'm putting Kill Squad in the street. Nigga, on 6-0. Y'all forgot I had chili, nigga. Nigga, on 6-0, nigga. Go look up, nigga, what shitty worth, bitch. Dead homies, no, fuck all that.
Don't give them too much. Don't give them too much.
No, niggas ran content 3 days in a row, nigga. Fuck a nigga and they mama, nigga. Dead homies and they kids, nigga. 6-0. Nigga, I'm tripping, cuz. Cause they keep on trying to, they digging.
I know,
it didn't work.
I see the same
Bro,
thing, cuz.
Ain't that nigga asked for a fade from you. Every nigga that got on the phone with you turned it down. You niggas scary Larry ass niggas, cuz, on SC.
Niggas picking and choosing.
Nigga, you picking and choosing, nigga. Dead homies, you niggas want to have something to say about me? On the dead homies, I really boogie down on SC. Stop playing with me. Nigga, I don't give that energy up here. Bro, I'm the boogeyman. You niggas know. You bitch ass niggas from the hood that keep talking. Y'all know why y'all talking, cuz the boogeyman spoke, nigga.
Hey, this is why I completely avoid the hood. Listen, for everybody that ever was raised in the hood, for everybody that come from the streets, from everybody, and it don't matter what hood you're from. I don't care if you in New York. I don't care if you was down in Little Haiti. I don't care if you over in Houston. I don't care if you over in LA. I don't care if you in Detroit, Chicago, Cleveland, everywhere, Milwaukee, everywhere, every city in the world got a hood. Every single place in the world got a hood. Everywhere. For everybody that's ever been in the hood and raised in the hood. Because I think that we've made our point. I don't care what the hell they do after this and none of that. None of this even matters to me. For me, This is a display and a disgrace to the community. This is a disgrace to people that died for our ability to vote. Everybody that came before us. And it's so unfortunate because, you know, the goal was to get out of the hood. For everybody that I know, they never wanted to stay there. And the goal was to get out of the hood. The goal was to never, ever continue to be a part of this nonsense, man. You want to grow, you want to get out of it. Eventually, you know what I'm saying? You want your kids to do better than you. You don't want to be involved in this nonsense, man. And I agree with you, Iceberg Slim. Look possessed. Absolutely look possessed. This is, in my opinion, this is crash out demonic behavior. And not enough good people actually speak on and down the thing that we shouldn't be promoting and the stuff. Look, we talk a lot of stuff and we have a lot of fun, but to be honest with you, like the relationship talk and all of that type of stuff, that's easy to solve for. I mean, it's a big issue in society, but this is demon behavior right here. Man, I don't want to be involved in it. I don't want to go back to where I came from. I done seen too much of it. Once you get out your neighborhood, once you get out of your city, once you get out of your state, once you get out of the country, and you start seeing other cultures, man, this junk looks so stupid and minuscule. It's so silly. It's absolutely silly, man. You be trying to get women and get money and run it up and travel and drive nice cars. And I don't want to impress y'all. I don't want to be hanging with y'all, man. Listen, bro, I would never. One thing you can always guarantee, and I'm sure that I'll never get an invite, but it don't matter because it ain't gonna make no difference anyway. You will never, ever, under any circumstance, see me pulling up to an Adam 22 location. You will never see me pulling up to an Adam 22 location. You ain't never got to worry about me ever doing no tours from the hood to go to see what the hood is like. I done been there. I done done that. It's trash, bro. It's absolutely trash. For everybody that like to glorify it or anybody that ain't ever been raised in that type of environment or anything like that, it ain't nothing for you to want to go to. It ain't nothing for you to see. They're going to continue to glorify it. They're going to continue to sell it to you. They're going to continue to tell you that it's all good and everything is great and everything, you know, like they let me tell you, it's reverse psychology because they say stuff like, yeah, cuz like you don't never want to be a part of this or whatever, so on and so forth. I'm real, but they still living it themselves. It's the biggest hypocritical trash that I've ever seen in my entire life, bro. It's the biggest hypocritical trash that I've ever seen in my, because you can't tell somebody not to do something. And I mean, technically you can, but people follow what you do because they then look at what you do, because communication is 90% body language. It's 10% of what you say, 90% of what you do. The way that we talk, the way that we dress, what we wear. The reason that I think that this hoodie right here is dope is because I seen it over in Tokyo, Japan when I went and visited Tokyo last year, and they clothes was sick. I mean, they level of dress and stuff, it was awesome. And so I seen it, I liked it, that's what I rock with. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not culturally dope. You ain't never gonna see nobody with this, and people may not like it, but because my mind or because I've expanded my horizons into what culture can be and learning from other people and seeing what's dope in other places, I then get influenced by, and then I bring that back into being my cultural norm. And so for these people that's only subjected to and seeing and influence people that's not best for them, it's never gonna be a good thing. This is a zero-sum total game, bro. And it only ends up in one way. One way for most of the people, 99% of the people that's raised in this environment, you don't grow old. You don't get the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You don't, you know what I'm saying, die in your sleep blissfully and everybody is remembering you. It's always the same conversation. They continue to build up and profit the funeral homes, the cemeteries, everybody profit off of the dysfunction except for the very people that continue to promote it. And the people that continue to promote it is the people that's a part of it. And it's unfortunate, bro. It really is unfortunate. Blama Sarnor says we better than this. No, we not. No, we not. Most of us ain't. Most of us ain't. See, we privileged because we choose to 99% of our conversation center it around money, Millionaire Morning Show. And it's so funny, right? Because like I was reading a comment on the Anton Daniels channel. And he said, "Man, don't do Anton got some content about this and that or whatever, whatever." And so I commented on there and I said, "Yeah, go to the Millionaire Morning Show." 99% of what I talk about is getting to the money, politics, all of this stuff, right? But in reality, man, for us to continue to ignore this BS and not deal with it according to what's really happening is really, really unfortunate. Hassan, you muted. What's going on, Hassan?
So you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, man. I try not to get upset or feel like we got no hope, man. But it seems like to me, our people are a bunch of manipulated people in the world nowadays, man.
Why you say
We
you
easily,
tried to get upset at what specifically?
uh, it's like every time somebody says something about a black man, every woman says we ain't this, we ain't that, and I'm not mad about it. It just gets to the point where I'm so used to hearing it, it doesn't even faze me no more. And I know
Mm,
deep down that's a problem. And I'm trying not to get annoyed about it. I'm like, oh, again, we ain't shit. I either see it on your panel show, sir, or I see it on they might be risky, and they talk about the communities be saved, but the only one was trying to save at one point was you, Kevin Samuels, Obsidian Ali, and the like,
mm,
and you got the disrespect offhand for no reason, and all
mm,
you're trying to do is trying to make it better for everybody. I never heard of a millionaire who wants everybody to be successful, because most millionaires care about themselves.
mm,
So I give you respect and and your flowers for that. But what frustrates me is that Bricc Baby dude. I'm not mad at that dude, but it's just that he could have been my brother, bro.
mm.
Imagine being one of his family members watching. Imagine being that man's mom watching her son crash out all crazy like that for no reason, over because he heard something that he may have offended him.
Yeah.
Problem is, we too much of an easily offended people. Everything offends us.
But see, here's my biggest problem is that people tell us not to address it like
Mm,
in its entirety. But we looking at it publicly. So everybody, it's almost like when people tell you not to say nothing about the dudes that's out there fighting outside of your neighborhood. So we not supposed to address it publicly, but they doing it publicly. They felt compelled to be able to do this publicly, but we not supposed to address it publicly. And in my opinion, I think that it's just too many good people being quiet about the situations. Honestly, I think it's too many good people that's quiet and being quiet and not willing to say something and not calling it the same way that we say we supposed to shame these chicks that's breaking up their families, bring
right.
shaming back. We don't bring shaming back when it comes to other stuff because it's street politics. Man, get that junk up out
Yeah,
of here, bro.
yeah. You're right. Can't even argue
Street.
that. You're
Hey, be
100% right.
quiet. Hey, be quiet, cause it's always handled behind the scenes. Man,
Facts.
get on out of here with that, bro. I want people to either change their life or get the hell up out of here, bro. Change your life or bounce, man. Like I just turn your mic off. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to keep hearing about this, and then we gonna sit here and codify it and act like it's cool. It's not cool. It ain't never been cool. I ain't never seen nothing good come from the hood. It ain't nothing great about it. The hood ain't never done nothing for nobody, but we keep claiming these streets and keep trying to justify it because other groups did it and all of this. Man, I don't want to hear that junk, bro.
Look, you seen Candace Owens trying to speak out against this type of stuff with the sexy reds and the Cardi B's, and she
Yeah.
getting shot crazy. She getting shot down crazy. And I have to admit, back in the day when Miss Owens came out, I was like, oh, let's go crazy. But then I started watching her and listening to her stuff. I'm like, wait.
But see, they say that they
Chasing
act
the
like
people.
she the problem and she the one that's actually the example of how it is that we supposed to be wanting our women.
Well, here's the thing. I saw her appearance on Fresh and Fit, and she
Yeah,
broke
see, I
down
heard
to
she
those
talking about
ladies.
that. I'm gonna
She
review
broke
that
it
tonight.
down to those ladies how to move. because she talked about she had this best friend of hers she'd been with the college with, and they knew ever since like high school,
Yeah.
and they both was going to college,
Yeah.
and they went to go see Wyclef Jean in some concert somewhere, and she also talked about how he met her, he met her and Candace at the same time. They were like 18, 19.
Mm-hmm.
And she said he was not trying to make a move on nobody, but my friend literally said, hey, maybe we should get together. And when the next time I saw her, she said years later she was living in a place in Miami somewhere, like a huge apartment in Miami.
Yep.
And she talked to a friend, and she felt so like down on herself. She called one of her best friends, saying, "Listen, man, this girl got everything, and she's doing this and this, and I'm doing the right thing, and I'm getting disrespected. I don't understand how she have all these things." And her friend said to her, he said, "Listen, Candace, in the next 10 years, she's gonna have nothing, and you're gonna have everything you think you want.
Yep.
You have everything you need. He said, stick to the grind, fight to get to where you at, and you'll win," or something to that effect. 10 years later, she's married, couple of kids now. And her and Charlie Kirk, when they started the Turning Point thing, they went to some place, I think some kind of expensive
They
restaurant.
ran into the
And guess who
girl.
was the host? Yeah, her girlfriend was the host. Now she got 3 kids from 3 different dudes, and her life has not turned out well.
Happen like that every time too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's like, I hate to say there's no culture. We got no culture. We're just a bunch of manipulated people who got jerked around so heavy. We don't know what it's like when someone tells us the truth. We
Yeah.
think you telling people the truth is disrespect. I've seen you on many panels tell many a single mother, and I'm not mad at single mothers. I ain't mad at them, but they got to understand they don't come to the market with the things they think they come with. They
Yeah.
don't come. They don't come highly recommended. Trust me, I dated 2 single moms, and it did not end up well for me.
Yeah.
So much. So it's like, it's not that we mad at single mothers. I wish them all the best luck in the world. I do. I wish they
I
get
don't.
everything they want.
I don't.
But
I
on
hope
the
I
real
shame
side,
them.
they
I
need to
shame them.
stop stepping to single dudes and go back to their baby daddy and finish the family they started. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I shame
Because you
them.
can't expect. Yeah, man. You can't shame them because they don't care. It's like you can't shame these ladies. Act Sexy Red. She's doing the most, and she gets the most. Her and Sukihana.
Yeah.
How can you shame these ladies? How can you shame people that have no shame about anything?
Well, the shaming is not just for them. The shaming is for the people that's influenced by them that could still be turned over into what it is that they doing or what it is that you shaming them for. The shaming
Right,
is not always just for them. We know that they what they are. The shaming is to make it less popular to do what they doing.
right.
So the shaming is necessary in my opinion for the right thing.
Sure. I'm not disputing that. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Can't
Yep.
get mad at it.
Yep. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for calling in, bro.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. So yeah, anybody can call in throughout the show and get their rocks off. You know what I do. I always open it up to the general public. Um, yeah, I believe. I believe. Listen, man, y'all got to understand. Black is back. He comes in to troll. All right, he comes in to troll. He gonna say whatever it is that he want to say, and people always take advantage of the platform. Um, because we don't censor people as long as you're not being disrespectful. So we just let it ride, and we know that he here and he gonna do what he do. Black is back is one of the. He's admitted to coming in to be contrarian just for the sake of being contrarian. There's never been a subject that I've talked about that he's actually agreed with. Whether I take one side or the other side. Sometimes I even purposely take the opposite side of what I would normally take just to see what he's gonna say, and that's just who he is. So. Right now, he's shaming me for being a millionaire and for possibly hanging around other millionaires. So y'all got to take y'all got to take the good with the bad. It's always gonna be trolls. It's always gonna be people that say what they say. We don't trip about it. We let them rock off. That's what we do on the platform. We consistent. We let them get it in. So don't worry about what some people say. Just let them get it off. Let them say what they want to say. They never gonna agree. They never call in. So let them rock out. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they're about. They just be trolling. We gonna let them troll. As long as they not out here doing something that they not supposed to do, then that's all that matters. We just want people to enjoy it. It's all entertainment. Let's get it popping. We don't we don't we don't trip, right? So I don't block him. I don't time him out. I just let people say what they want to say because it's freedom of speech. As long as you're not disrespectful, I let people get their rocks off. Let's pivot for a moment. Let's pivot for a moment. While we on a crazy talk, somebody sent me. Yeah, y'all know who y'all are. Y'all keep me up to date of what's happening when I'm over here sleeping. Somebody. Oh well. Let me get a couple more calls in here before we pivot real quick. Before we go over to the next subject, is it Corey?
Yeah, it's Corey.
What's up, Corey? What's the word?
Hey, what's up with it, man?
Chilling, chilling. What's the word?
Um, I wanted to chime in on the Candace Owens deal.
Oh,
Um,
well, you want to hold off on that because I'm gonna play it later.
what now? My deal is like this is my first opportune time to catch you to talk to you about Candace. So
Okay.
I've heard you ask a lot of times, why people don't like Candace or what the hate comes from Candace, and I think I can break that down for you and give you some clarity on that.
Is this why? Are you saying why other people don't, or are you saying why you don't?
Um, I would say other people. I mean, I don't. Personally, I don't care for I don't agree with everything that she says, but I don't really just, dislike her. I don't know her personally. It's not like that. I figure to some degree, some of this is entertainment.
Okay, go ahead. Get your thoughts off.
So the one issue that you align with Candace on is about the slavery and the racial issues in America, like when it comes to people experiencing racism and slavery. I think Candace was real insensitive about the death of George Floyd, and just like you held Boyce Watkins accountable for what he said about Kevin Samuels. I think people still hold Candace accountable for what she said about George Floyd. It was just insensitive when she came on and said that at the time. The one area that you guys agree on is that you guys don't fault white people for being the winner in the slavery side. You kind of say, okay, if slavery took place and we lost and we were the losers, oh well, it is what it is. Go on. And I just think some people have a hard time forgetting it. So I mean, I think that one key issue is really what people have a problem with, because everything else she says about women, everything else she says about the family, everything she says about traditional values, people agree with. It's only on that particular
No, they
stance.
don't.
And
No, they don't.
what else?
People don't agree with everything that she say. A lot of people disagree with a lot of things she say just because it's her saying it.
So, but to me, that racial issue is the only reason why people don't like her. I,
No,
I
they don't
think that's
like her
the only
because
thing they
she's
can't get
conservative.
past.
They don't like her because she's conservative. They don't like her because she rock with Trump. They don't like her for the fact that she is not married to a black man. They don't like her for a lot of reasons.
Well, from what I see and from what comes across my screen, and again, it's just my world. I have to take into account, I guess, how everybody sees it. The majority of the issues that I've ever seen, like I'm 45. So when Candace came on my radar, I would say it was at least a good maybe 10, 12 years ago. And
Hmm.
she was only talking about the racial issues. She was only talking about, that, don't be a victim, and I agree with, not running in the victim Olympics, but at the same time, when something happens, you have to let people's emotion go, flow and get their row out, I guess. You know what I'm saying, to say it. But
Let me
outside
ask
of
you a
that,
question. Let me ask you a question. When
mhm.
George Floyd passed away, right? Because it was much different than Kevin Samuels. Completely different conversations. When George Floyd, um, when that whole situation set off, because that was the foundation of a lot of I would say it was the butterfly effect, right? It set off a lot of other stuff that, in my opinion, turned out to be trash for the community, right? So, for example, that was one of the things that set off the rise of Black Lives Matter, which turned out to be a horrible organization and horrible for the community. But that was the foundation and the conversation that set it off. So how do you not have a conversation about the thing that people are outside protesting about, falsely protesting about, and using this in order to profit off of the community and continue to raise up an organization that turned out to be a trash organization? Because it had nothing to do with just him per se. People die every day, and nobody cares. But it then becomes the trampoline by which people leapfrog into bigger conversations that then led to millions and hundreds of millions of dollars and protests and stuff that people don't even bring themselves back to the front of the congregation about and say that they was wrong about. It was the thing that politicians, man, you seen politicians kneeling inside of the African American Museum over here in Detroit, Michigan, Nancy Pelosi and stuff, and they had their kente cloths on, and they used that in order to continue to influence how people was going to vote during an election and everything like that. How do you not have a conversation about that?
I don't think that there is anything wrong with having a conversation about it, but when you look at her approach, I think it was more of a vinegar approach than honey. You know, you
How
say
was
it all
it
the
any
time. You
wrong?
catch more.
The coroner's report said that he died from an overdose.
Well, I mean, as far as America saw, that man kept his knee on that man's neck for a long time. You know, and if he died from an overdose, then why did the police officer go to jail?
He had enough fentanyl in his system to kill a horse. That's a fact. That's a fact. But see, don't nobody care about facts. The only thing they care about is what they feel. That's a fact.
Okay. So answer me this question. Why did the cop go to jail if the fentanyl killed him?
Because we are a mob mentality, and it doesn't matter about whether or not you're right or wrong. The only thing that matters about what you think. We like Rome. They gave the mob what they wanted. It's the same reason why they killed Jesus. Not saying that anybody is related to Jesus, but the idea is that you had two criminals right next to Jesus, and they voted to let the criminals go, but then crucified Jesus, even though he didn't do anything wrong to anybody. This is mob. This is Rome. They gave you games. They gave you what you wanted. People wanted blood in the streets, and they got it. And
well, let me ask you this.
not only did they go after him, but then it started to defund the police movement. Now we got retail theft. Now we got crime rampant across the United States of America. And cops is afraid to do anything as far as defending their communities, even if they from the community that they live in and they grew up in that community and they policing it. Cops is afraid to do anything because they don't want to go to jail. They don't want to get arrested, and they don't want to end up being protested against and thrown under the bus and falsely being convicted. And so this is a residual effect of that. Cops are saying, why should I do that? Why should I crash out for y'all? So y'all can go against me and protest against me. What about all of the cops that get killed every single day? And it's more cops that get killed by civilians every single day than the other way around. Every single day, and nobody blinks an eye. Nobody bats an eye. But they defunded the police. They defunded your neighborhoods. They destabilized y'all neighborhoods. They let y'all burn up your own stores, all in the name of what?
Okay, so you know, I'll secede to your points on that particular part about the police. You know, I think police are needed, but they also need to be kept in check. There's no system of checks and balances that holds police accountable. They can pretty much do what they want and get away with it, unless something like a George Floyd situation happens. So absolute power, I believe, corrupts all. And I've been a victim myself personally of, you know, some incidents growing up, you know, down here in the South that I could personally tell about it, as well as other friends. So, you know, one thing I can say is that when it comes to the topic of Candace Owens, that's not the only things or reasons that people have had a problem with her about. They've also had a problem with her about, you know, denying the NAACP helping her out when they did. They also had a problem with her.
I thought you said, see, you got more. I thought you said that was the only reason.
Well, I mean, I mean, I said the main thing I think was just the racial issue because it's only the black people. She did a show recently where she says, "Hey, black media finally picked me up, and I'm finally going on Joe Budden's show. They're finally talking about me, because I think she's expanded her talking points when she starts picking up." And I hate to use this term, but red pill conversations, going on Fresh and Fit, talking about the family. A lot of people agree with that, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. If you was raised with a mom and dad and you got traditional
No,
morals and
women is
values,
going against her for that because they prefer feminism.
but that in itself specifically is not what she led with when she entered into the media. When Candace Owens came on the
Don't matter.
scene, she did not come on the scene spitting these topics. These are new talking points for her. So,
It's not
just in my
because
opinion,
you got to remember she went at Cardi B. What was that? 4 years ago during the election, she had a whole beef going back and forth with Cardi B. This ain't new. This ain't new. You just new to it. This
well,
is not
I
new.
said,
She had a whole
I said,
conversation and held Cardi B accountable over 4 years ago, and that was around the time that Cardi B got picked by the Democratic Party in order to interview Joe Biden.
well, again, she came on my radar 12 years ago,
So
at
you
least
should
12
know
years
this
ago.
then.
But the first points that she came out with, I was against. I was like, hey, look, man, I understand we're not gonna fault, we're not gonna blame, the winners for winning, but at the same time, you can't tell nobody how to feel. And I know life is bigger than your emotions. I know you have to be angry and sin not. But at the end of the day, we can't deny the fact that racism exists. We cannot deny the fact that sometimes systemic racism
Like
is in
what?
play. We
You
cannot.
talking about like the systemic? Listen, if racism is so systemic, you had a whole conglomerate of black people, including Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, the Atlanta mayor, Kamala Harris, is basically railroading Trump right now. The whitest of white men that you could ever think of is literally being railroaded by a conglomerate of black people that just the judge himself today basically said that she is able to still prosecute Trump himself. If racism, according to black people, is based off of the idea that you're able to control what happens to somebody else, because y'all say that black people can't be racist because they have no power, then how do you explain that situation? How do you explain Detroit? That was literally being ran. The entire city was ran by black people. How do you explain exactly what's happening in Trump right now? I'm so tired of this conversation about systematic racism. It's bull, it's nonsense. It does not exist in the way that people try to paint it out to be. And the reality is that we're worse for ourselves than any system that's been set up before us. As a matter of fact, so much so to the blackity of black of people even say and advocate for the fact that they don't think that we ever should have had abolished segregation because they say that we was better off without having ourselves combined and then being over with white people in the first place. So you can't have it both ways. Either you gonna complain about the system that you're benefiting from, or you gonna go away from it. Because I'm trying to understand exactly how that works when you have immigrants, black immigrants specifically, Nigerians, all across the board that come over into this country and outpace, not based off of the color of their skin, but based off of their work ethic, the Americans that are here that has always been had these resources. And it's always been available to them.
Well, I'll put it like this. See, you grew up in the Midwest in Detroit. I was
Mm-hmm.
born in a small town called Monroe, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being in the 12th grade. I mean, not the 12th grade, but being in the 7th grade. Living in the city of Baton Rouge at the time when David Duke was actually running for governor and won. Watching him send planes skywriting in the sky. So you mean to tell me that a grand wizard, a former grand dragon, makes the governor, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't think he's racist? Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
absolutely. But you missing it. It's not to
Okay.
say that people are not racist. I never denied that.
Right. Right.
People are
Okay.
evil, people are good, people are racist, people aren't.
Right.
But
But racism is
tired of hearing the excuse that it's the system that's preventing us from doing what we're supposed to do. When in
not.
reality,
Now, see,
the overwhelming
that I don't
majority of the
subscribe
decisions,
to.
the overwhelming majority of the decisions that we make are self-inflicted. Has nothing to do with it.
I agree with that. I do not deny that fact. Now, I'm not saying there's some secret force out there that's gonna guaranteed hold you back. If you taste the Kool-Aid and you get off track and you get into stuff that you ain't got no business, you can find yourself in a world of trouble. So in other words, we can persevere and overcome anything. And if we stick
I
together,
don't
then
think
we'll
that
definitely
it's a
have some
matter of
results.
perseverance. It's just not having self-inflicted wounds.
Well,
Most of
watch
the
this.
stuff that we subject ourselves to is the trash. It's not a listen. This ain't slavery times. This is not a perseverance conversation. Most of the stuff that we go into, it's a choice. That's not a perseverance conversation. That's a being voluntarily ignorant conversation. I can choose to whether or not I want to join a gang. Ain't nobody forcing me to pick cotton. I chose not to get arrested. I chose not to sell drugs. I chose to go to school and get good grades. I chose to pick a curriculum instead of going into African American studies, going into software engineering, and then making sure that I didn't have kids out of wedlock. I chose to do the things that I did, and then my outcome is what it is. Ain't
So,
nobody
all right.
listen. If you alive today, if you under the age of 60, and you alive 70, 80, if you alive today and you under the age of 80 years old, 99% of the percent of the decisions that you're making based off of what your life circumstances are based off of your own decision. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else.
So, with that being said, if you look at the 60s, if you look at our people, if you look at everything that was going on, there was no rap music. It was not cool to be the pimp. The Bloods and Crips, the Vice Lords and the GDs were not rampant nationwide. Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, a lot of the things that influenced our culture was not out yet.
Mm-hmm.
What derailed us as a people? Because education was our most important thing. We voted, we had the Panthers. What happened to us that derailed us as a people, that took us from people that valued education to wanting to be hood boogers? You know what I'm saying? What led us down that path? What would you say took us that route?
It's a lot of different things, but mostly it comes back to the choices that we made. We chose to embrace and herald and celebrate the worst things that's for us, which is why I say the culture is trash. It's the music. You already named most of it. It's the music. It's the movies. It's women that broke up their homes. Is celebrating drug and gang culture. It's a
But
lot of
that
that
didn't
stuff. Wait. Give me a second. And
go ahead.
some of it was given to us. Okay? Some of it was given to us.
Okay.
However, it was not, we were not made to take it. That's the difference. Whenever you have
Mm.
a choice, see, slavery for a lot of people, that's something that you was born into, and that's something that you were subjected to. You didn't have a choice of whether or not you had to go out there and pick that fucking cotton. Regardless of how much the CIA played a role and all of this other type of stuff, and I don't mean that we absolved them from responsibility. I went outside and I was like, I don't want to be a crackhead. I don't want to be a crackhead. Now, in 2024, it's more popular to be a user than it is to even be a dealer. And both of them is bad. It's more popular to be a user than a dealer. Listen, you got guys out here 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 years old. Man, they don't know what racism look like. Come on, let's be real. They was born after the year 2000. And they still talking about systematic racism. And they the users. They Molly Percocet. What we talking about? We not talking about
I
people that was born in the 40s and the 30s and the 50s and they really endured what racism looked like. Those were the
so
people that actually was more successful. When we were under duress, we were more successful. It took for them to actually really create systematic racism in order for us to not take over everything. When we got
thank you.
choices, no,
I
think about it. No, think about it for a second. When we have the option to now choose for ourselves, we choose wrong.
I agree with that. But there's a thing called cause and effect. And that question led to you finally admitting that there was some interference. Whatever
Yeah,
title you
a
want to call it.
long time before you was born,
Well, hold on, man. I'm 45. So
and I'm 41.
my mom was born in 1954. Okay.
But wait,
Louisiana. Like
you was
my mom
born,
picked cotton. She did it. My mom's from North Louisiana. My dad's from South Louisiana. In Denham
and
Springs,
you was born in
Louisiana. I'm telling you,
78.
I saw the Klan march with my own eyes in
You was
Denham
born in
Springs, Louisiana.
78, right?
I was born in 79,
79.
February
Oh, so you was born in
1979.
79. And
Yeah, I was.
I was born in 82.
Right. But in Louisiana, certain things I witnessed that I didn't see. I live in Texas now, but I saw things in Louisiana that I don't see in Texas. Right now in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, you still have desegregation going on. You could live right across the street from a school, but they'll bus you across town to get to your school. So I guess Louisiana was a slightly different specimen. But with that being said, what I agree with you on and what I agree with Candace on is there are no excuses. You know, even if you in the hood and you under rough situations, you know, the guys that rise to power in the gangs and in the streets and stuff like that are the ones that have the power to stand up and stand up for themselves and stand on their own 2 feet. So you can apply that mentality to anything in life. If you want to be a nothing, if you want to be a thug, if you want to be a hoodlum, a gangster, or whatever, you can definitely go do it. But you can also do what you did. You can also do what millions of Americans do every day, you know. But the thing about it is there was an impact that happened to our people, and our people just didn't
It's an
pull this out
impact
of
that
the air.
happened to everybody. Every single
Right.
group of people in the world has been enslaved at one point in time. Everybody. That's what happens. We can look at it in the biblical times. It says it right in the Bible. Indentured servitude. What do you think that is? How long are we going to live in this shit to where we continue to make excuses for us not being able to choose the right thing to do? Jewish people almost got wiped the fuck off the fucking face of the earth. What do y'all want?
Okay, so here's my closing argument that I present to you. My favorite president was John F. Kennedy. And the reason why is because to me, he shed the light on what was really going on in the country. He said, man, we are a nation that is opposed to secret societies. And his mission was to shut down the FBI, the CIA, and the Federal Reserve. So, like you say, why would this white man, you know what I'm
Wait.
saying? Why would this white
When was Kennedy the president of the United States of America?
John F. Kennedy? Yeah, back in the 60s.
Before you was even born.
Agreed. But when you study the documents and when you study what he was trying to do, he was going to shut down the CIA, the FBI, and the Federal Reserve. And he said on public television for the world to see that we are a nation that is opposed to secret societies. So that lets you know, man, the enemy is going to move in silence. They're not always going to come out in front and say, hey, I'm your enemy. You got gorillas and you got snakes. So it's not always about, I think it's bigger than just oppressing black people, right? I think it's the rich versus the poor. And I think it's always been that way, ultimately, at the end of the day. That's my philosophy. That's my take on it. But again, the issue of how our black people got derailed from the 60s to now, I think is the reason that people still talk about systemic racism. People still say, hey, look, this is how we got here. We understand that there's an effect, but some people still like to acknowledge the cause of it.
No, some people like to use it as an excuse to why they're not where they're supposed to be.
What do you say to someone that is not an excuse maker and that is accomplishing things in life, but still references that? Do they still have the right to do so?
Nope. Because they
Really?
benefited. Yeah, because they're successful. And so what they doing a lot of times, usually the people that's in that position are leveraging other people living in the victim Olympics in order to continue to profit from it. They benefited from the very system and they got rich in the very system that they complaining about. And usually they profiting from it. When you look at the Roland Martins, when you look at the Umar Johnsons, when you look at these people, they're not actually giving people the blueprint for how it is that they became successful. They're actually profiting off of the pain and continuing to be race hustlers. Those are what I call race hustlers.
So what would you say is the solution to change people's mentality then?
What do you mean? Change what people's mentality? To be an
Okay,
example of
so
what it is,
so
to be
so
an
ev-
example, to be an example of what it is that you will want other people to be. I think that the biggest solution is to get the beam out of your own eye and fix your own house. People keep trying to change the world when in reality, all they need to do is change their own circumstances. We're not asking for people to be out here and be world changers. The only thing we asking is to clean up your own backyard, pick up your trash, make sure that you don't mess up your community, stop parking on the lawn, stop having children out of wedlock, stop being out here selling drugs to the community, don't go to jail, pay your taxes, take care of business, be informed as a voter, and don't have any self-inflicted wounds and lead this earth in a better space had you not been here. I don't think that that's too much to ask you to be a good human being. Because when everybody is picking up their own trash on their lawn, the whole neighborhood goes up in value. And so that's the solution. It's to get the beam out of your own eye. Stop pointing out the window in order to try to fix everybody else while your backyard is fucked up. Hold yourself accountable. Stop running in the victim Olympics. Don't get a whole bunch of student loan debt. Stop having your cars repossessed. Stop having children out of wedlock. Don't fuck up the community. Don't break up your home. Marry before you carry. Pay your taxes. Take care of business. Pick a curriculum if you're gonna go to college that's actually gonna pay you some money. And stop asking the government for handouts and then letting that influence how the way you vote. It's simple.
I feel like in the 60s, that's what I shouldn't say I feel, but according to what I've researched and studied in the 60s, that's where we were as a black people. And something happened that derailed us from that. I guess those options presented to us were too shiny of an apple for us not to reach out, grab it, and bite it. So I'm with you on the solutions. I don't believe um, any force in the world can stop us, when the Lord be for you. So if you have your faith in the Father, nothing can stop you from accomplishing what you need to accomplish. And that's basically what it comes down to. So
But remember
hopefully,
this too. Remember this too. Faith without works is dead. So you actually got to do something. You can
correct,
have all the
correct.
faith you want, but faith without works is dead. Let's add that part in the scripture in there too.
That's true. That's true. That is. Faith without works is dead. So, I mean, hopefully the points that I presented to it at least gave you some different clarity because everybody that I talk to about Candace Owens, that's the one thing that comes up. I don't hear anybody disagreeing with her. Now, granted, on those shows, where the red pill content kind of comes up, women shouldn't be on OnlyFans and, stuff like that. I can understand that women are disagreeing with her on that, but they're also disagreeing with me on that too. But to me, that was the only issue that made Candace unlikable. If she had never spoken on some of those topics and some of those issues in the way that she did, I feel she would have been embraced more. You speak on those things and people embrace you more than they do Candace. So
That's a
as
lie.
eloquent
Because
as
Candace got way more subscribers than me.
Man, come on, man. Come on, bro. She been in the
I'm
game.
telling you
Have
that
you have
she's
you been
much
in the
more
game
popular.
12 years?
Candace Owens is much more popular than me. They embrace her more than they embrace me. That's a fact. The numbers and the data and the
Man.
statistics say so.
Well, in the general consensus, for those that know Anton Daniel and those that know Candace Owens, if you was to do a poll and say who do you like better, Candace or Anton, most people would say Anton.
Let
I
me tell
think
you
is
something. The same way that she get hate on a much smaller level, I get the same thing. But you don't think that people hate watch. You don't think that I get the same hell, the same comments, the same conversations, the same battles.
Absolutely. You just got done talking about the one guy who comes in the chat strictly to be contrary to what you're saying. I expect that, but I think that you have a better approach at delivering info. Like Candace ain't getting online sharing her bank statements. Candace, Can, man, I remember when Candace she fell out with Kanye something about some money. Like you take people to ball games, you buy them dinners. You even
I
when
mean,
you got
but
done
I
with
don't
Boyce
compare myself.
Watkins,
I don't compare myself to a Candace Owens though because she's a woman. I think the
I,
expectations are much different for a man though. So
but when it comes to how you disseminate information, how you deliver the information, and how the information is received. I just think it comes across better from you. And that's not that I'm having praise and worship service from you. But when I talk about people that follow you, that follow Candace, and that know what's going on in the internet world, I don't hear people with too much bad stuff to say about you like they do Candace. And that's not no
Oh,
shade to
stick
her.
around. Stick
Yeah.
around. Oh, yeah, they got a lot of bad shit to say about me.
I mean, the only people that didn't like you was on the Lapeef network, bro.
That's fair point. Fair point.
Yeah, maybe Mr. Let Go or something like that, but outside of that, man, I'm gonna leave it
Fair
on that,
point.
man. I ain't trying to be messy, bro.
All right,
Somebody else
thank
might
you.
want
Thank
some
you, C,
smoke,
man.
bro.
I appreciate you for calling in.
Right on, bro.
All right, bro. Let me get Mark in. Let me see what I can do real quick. Let me get you in here, big dog. Hold on 1 second. What up, Mark?
Anton, what's going on, my man?
What's happening, my friend? What's the word?
How's my audio? Is it good?
Yep, it sounds good.
Okay, awesome. Brother, look, I'm not bringing no smoke, okay? So you can go, you can go ahead and relax. But, man, so just a couple of things. First of all, I want to tell you that I extremely, I watch you every day as much as I can. And what I don't catch live, I catch on the replay.
Okay.
Um, Not everybody's perfect. I know you think you're 100%, but you're about 98% in my book. Okay, you rock, brother. No, you rock. You're look. And I agree. I agree with the brother. Yeah, I don't know how too many people totally disagree with what you bring, even though sometimes it's hard. I love your. I love the way that you put it, giving the people the medicine and the candy, because that's how we need it.
Yeah.
That's how we need it, especially on this platform, YouTube and social media. You know, bringing the direct information that's going to really truly transform and change our lives as a culture, whether it be black folks, white folks, or misinformed folks, it is not popular. So you got to put a little entertainment. Now, I'm not a comedian, so for the listeners, you may not get a couple of jokes out of me, but I'm quite sure Anton will bring some of that power to you. I, I wanted to to touch on, and I may have missed some of it in the midst of heading to grab some dinner for the family, but I wanted to touch on that video you played with the guys talking about
Which video? You talking
rolling
about the
rolling
okay,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
rolling 60s and all that. Okay, let me say this, because that kind of hit home for me, because I grew up in South Central Los Angeles. I still live in Los Angeles. Have all of my life. I grew up, uh, of course, not by choice, having to endure myself in that environment with associates. I'm gonna call them associates, actually.
Okay.
That were rolling 60 Crips. Um, Entertained myself in in a game, Five Deuce Hoover, and that was the environment
Okay.
that
I
I
can
grew
still
up
hear you.
in.
I'm just gonna grab another water real quick. I can still hear you though. Keep
No,
talking.
go ahead,
Oh,
you
go
are.
ahead. I can hear you.
That that was the environment that my parents, unfortunately, exposed me to based off of their decisions that led them to live in that neighborhood. I don't really necessarily consider it to be, now that I'm an adult and I can make these type of evaluations, um, from a living experience, um, the worst environment as far as housing, but as far as an environment to raise your children in, was a terrible environment. But I grew up in that environment. I was never harmed. Um, I was never chased home by gangs. Yes, I had many associates that were involved in gangs, and unfortunately, some of these individuals I grew to really like um, as a young person. But I can tell you this, that, and you made a statement. And I'm gonna round this back to your statement that you just made, uh, almost at the end of the conversation you just had. Um, 98% of those individuals are either in prison. I know many of them that are doing life.
Okay.
Many of those that are doing 32 years to life are dead.
Okay.
Um, and I can't tell you how I went on to to uh, to be a what they call a productive citizen, because I had a father in the home, I had a mother in the home. But although, and you talk a lot about this, but just because you have a mother in the home and a father in the home doesn't mean that you have a um.
What? Okay. So wait a minute. Was your father a good dude?
So let's define that. See, that's where I'm going. Let's define that, because my wife tells me constantly that just because he was in the home, he necessary, and I never thought to think about it this way. He was in the home, but no, he wasn't a good dude. Okay, no, he didn't beat my mom. Okay,
So what made him not a good man?
well, so if
Give
you
me
ask
give me
me,
the cliff
well,
notes. Give me the cliff notes. What made him not a good man?
so if you ask me, okay, Mark, tell me two things or three things that you think made your dad a really good dad. uh, I'm going to end the conversation right at, well, he went to work and paid the bills.
Okay, so he created an environment
That's
that
all I
allowed you
remember.
to, so he allowed for you to have a roof over his head. What made him bad?
So it was a combination between him and my mom, right? So I don't remember any personal time spent with my dad. He still lives today. I just took him to brunch a couple weeks ago. So
What
I'm
did
not
he
here to
do?
beat
What did
up.
he
I'm
do
not.
bad though? What did he do bad?
No, I didn't say he did anything bad, but I'm not saying he did anything good. When I understand and I listen to you and I listen to other individuals that had fathers that actually invested time to steer them in a positive direction in life.
So
I can't tell you.
wait.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Wait. I can't tell you that my dad played any any part in where I sit today. My
What do you
mom nor
mean?
my dad. What
What?
do you go with your question? Go
So
ahead with your
wait.
go.
So he paid the bills. He made sure that you have a roof over your head. He was an
No,
example
he
of
went to
hard work.
work. No, he went to work and he assisted in paying the bills. Okay, go ahead. So did my mom. So
You can't say anything that made him a bad person. He showed you what you were supposed to do as far as making sure that he paid the bills. You had clothes on your back, you had food on the table, you had a roof over your head, you had two parents in order to ensure that you got everything that you needed in order to take care of business.
no,
And
I didn't get everything. No, I didn't get everything that I needed
you
to
sound
make me the
no, no,
person
no.
that I.
Listen.
No, I didn't. No,
Respect to your
I.
wife. Respect to your wife. You sound ungrateful.
Wow.
You sound ungrateful. You need to be thanking the Lord that you had two parents in your household, and you sitting here talking about you ain't get everything that you wanted. Can I ask you a question, sir? How old are you?
Yeah, go ahead. 57. Go
You
ahead.
57 years old, and you sitting here
Uh huh.
talking about you didn't get everything you wanted as a child.
I didn't say that. You just said that.
I just said it. You said I didn't get everything I wanted.
I never said I got anything or I never said, first of all, my conversation to you and the conversation we're having had nothing to do with my childhood and what I got. I was addressing the video. Hold on, let me finish before you jump in. The video that you played. All I said was, as I circled this into those gentlemen that were on that video, and I understand why they are and why they're speaking the way that they speak, from individuals that may have never grown up in that environment, which I did, is that I grew up, so I'm not a single mother, individual. I grew up with a mother and a father. But just because a father was in the home doesn't mean the father was a father.
He
That's
absolutely was
that's
a
one.
father. Well,
Hold
and
on.
it's
That's
relevant.
that's
Hold
one
on, hold on,
point.
hold on, hold
That's
on.
one point. Oh, wait,
No,
wait. Well,
I'll let you talk.
no,
I'll let
because
you talk.
that's
I'll
no,
let you
because your
talk for
reality and
about
my
10
reality is
minutes
two different
straight.
realities.
I heard you. I'll let you talk for 10 minutes straight because I was getting water. I went over there. I threw some stuff in the trash and all the time. I listened to the whole story. And
Come
you
on,
brought that
Anton.
up. You brought that up for a reason, and it was necessary. And I'm glad that you brought that up
No,
because
actually, I didn't bring it up for a reason. But go ahead.
here's the fact of the matter: the reason why you turned out as well as you did, versus how your
Uh huh.
versus how all of the people that turned out that was in your neighborhood around you, is because you
You
had
ain't
two
heard my
parents.
story, so don't make don't make the
Listen,
statement
listen,
before I finish my
listen,
story. Go
listen.
ahead.
Your
Don't make the
parents.
statement before I finish my story because you don't know my
I won't
journey.
go into it extensively because I got to get to other callers. But the fact of the matter is that
The other
just
guy
because
was on there for 30 minutes. Come on, Anton. The other guy was talking for
I'm
30
not about to
minutes.
give you 30
Now,
minutes.
but you, go ahead, bro. Go ahead,
You
brother.
need to be
Go ahead.
appreciative of your father of impacting your life.
I am. I am.
Then stop sitting there talking about he wasn't a father, because that's disrespectful. It's a lot of people that didn't even have a father in their life. They don't even know who their father is.
I didn't say he wasn't a father. No,
You
and
just
I
said
don't think
it.
it.
You just said just
I did
because he
not
was in the
say my
household.
father wasn't a
You
father.
said just because he
That's
was in the
not.
household don't make him a father. That's what you said word for word.
Oh Lord.
That's what you said.
Okay, let me ask you a question,
Listen, listen,
Anton.
listen. Hold on. You blessed.
Define to
You're
me. No,
blessed.
no,
Nope,
I'm
nope,
blessed.
nope, nope,
I'm
nope.
go. No,
You're
don't cut me
blessed.
off.
You're blessed.
I'm
You're
blessed to
blessed.
have had. I am blessed to have had a father and a mother in the home versus just having a mother and or maybe just a single father.
You're
But let
blessed.
me
You
but
blessed.
let me ask you a
Be
question.
thankful.
I'm
Be
not I'm
thankful.
not I'm I am
You had a
thankful. You
father,
didn't even let me finish.
and he's still
Brother,
alive, and you went to brunch with him.
I didn't
Appreciate
call
him.
you to beat up
You
I didn't
can't
call you
relate.
to beat up
You
my
can't relate.
childhood.
You can't relate to what's happening what happened in the gang culture because you was blessed.
Why
That's all
can't
it
I?
comes down
Why
to.
can't I? Why
You
can't I?
can't
I
relate.
grew up in it. I was a
You
part
can't
of it.
relate.
You didn't even listen to the story.
I don't. You was a part of it because you wanted to be. You wasn't a part of it because you didn't have a father in your life and two parents. You listen.
Untrue.
You are
That's
what we
untrue.
call. You are
See,
what we
that's
call. Hold on.
untrue.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Hold on.
Go
You
ahead.
are you
I'll
are
let
what
you
we
talk.
call Clarence from 8 Mile. And Clarence parents had a really good. You wanted to be gangster. You wanted to be a thug. You wanted to be in the streets.
No, no.
And no. You got to let me finish. You are
Go ahead.
Clarence, sir. And Clarence parents had a really good marriage. And you got your father in your life, and you still taking him to brunch. Man, listen, you ain't cut from that cloth. You ain't supposed to be in that life. And thank God that your parents didn't let you. I got to move on, man. Let me go to the next caller. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mark.
And
I got to
I'll
let you
talk to
go,
you,
Mark. I got
brother.
to get to the other callers.
I, brother, I'm gonna let you go.
Thank you, my friend. Man, y'all got to stop acting like y'all parents ain't play a role in y'all life. And Clarence's parents had a really good marriage. You ain't no gangster. You shook. Because ain't no such things as halfway crooks. Scared to death, scared to look in this dead book, Cranbrook. Stop, bro. Stop. Stop. Y'all acting real feminine out here in these streets. Stop trying to throw these fathers under the bus. We're gonna go with Aaron next. What's up, Aaron?
Excuse me. Hey, what's up, Anton?
What's going
You
on,
had,
Aaron?
uh, it's going good. You had me on the on your show, yeah, a few
Slow
months
down,
ago.
slow
So
down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Relax. You
yeah,
good?
yeah.
What's going on?
Uh, not much. Just trying to put myself in the better position in life. Uh,
Did you
I'm
send me
seeing.
an email?
Oh, not not. I clicked on a link in the in the uh, in the chat
I
on
got you. I got you.
YouTube.
So, what's your thoughts?
Um, uh, uh, I need a little clarification because I just listened to the last caller, so I just need clarification on the topics today.
So, you was just clicking just to come and kick it, big dog?
Oh, oh no, I wanted to get my thoughts. Yeah, I just needed to make sure I knew what you wanted to talk about so that I don't uh, go off course.
Okay, so listen, hey, gather your thoughts.
All right,
When you get a pointed thing that you really want to talk about, give me a call back, okay?
all right,
Because it don't sound like you're ready. Gather your thoughts and prepare yourself and then get ready, all right?
all right.
Okay, give me a call back. Thank you, my friend. Let's see. Antoine, I'm going to come to you next. What's going on, big dog?
Hey, how you doing?
Chilling, chilling. What's the word?
It's pretty crazy. Last week when you were had your Wednesday show, I was at work and I walked in on a conversation with some nurses, and one of the young ladies was saying something about how her friend was dating some guy, and she was very excited, and she had all these aspirations, hopes for how he was going to be, and it was just the whole thing of the expectations of what people see on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So I chopped it up with the other nurse that was sitting to her a little bit. She gave me a little more insight on about how anxious, not anxious, but how she was kind of like trying to pour herself into it a little bit too
Mm-hmm.
much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, too much of high expectations,
So
and then
slow down for a minute. You remember watching the show about the
yeah,
guy that was talking about his girl
no,
that was
no, no. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
okay.
So one of your shows, you were talking about the relationship dynamics, and later on that night when I was at work, that's when I overheard the conversation between the two nurses or whatever. And I figured I thought that was very interesting. And then today,
What
um,
conversation
I
between the two nurses?
they were talking to one lady was telling the other lady about how she met this guy, and she was very excited about the interaction with him, and she had a lot of hope for it, and that she was really pouring herself into it. That's not the main point I wanted to get to you about that. It's just been a coincidence that a lot of things you've been talking about throughout the weeks and the shows have actually been like showing up in my life, in my interactions.
So what happened in your
So,
life? What happened?
well, there's nothing crazy or anything. So, when the guy was talking about Candace Owens and the whole NAACP thing,
Mm-hmm.
um, I had just got through watching the video about 2 hours ago about her explaining the whole thing about what happened with that NAACP incident she had, where she said that she was friends with the 12-year-old boy. They were both kids. She was friends with the boy. She stopped hanging out with the boy because she had a boyfriend, and the boy got upset and made some racist remarks.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I know about it.
Oh, okay. So I don't I feel like the dude didn't wasn't the other caller wasn't fully versed in it, and that's why he was misspeaking.
Yeah,
Um,
but I didn't want to get stuck on that point. I wanted to get to the core of it because I think that a lot of the conversations wound up getting derailed. So I just wound up I just let them have it.
oh, okay. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting that he brought that up, and then I just got to getting more insight to what happened during that incident.
Yep.
where
I rock with that.
and that's all. I just thought that was interesting. I'm not gonna hold you up too long. I
Thank you,
thought it was
Ant Man.
interesting.
I appreciate you for calling in, bro.
Yeah. All right,
All
you
right,
have a
thank
good
you.
one.
Bro. All right. I'm gonna go with Bird. Bird, I'm gonna come to you next. Um, what's up, Bird?
What up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you good. What's the word?
Just quick comments on just the previous callers. Like you were saying it, like people would like they just make so many excuses. They too hard on their parents. Like that, like that dude had his parents in his life, and he over here still complaining. Like, what do you want? Um, I don't know. It's just crazy, man. We just make too many excuses just as a people, just as a culture.
I agree.
Just,
I agree. I
we
think
just
that
make too many excuses.
people are always looking for a reason to complain, and I'm not for it. I'm just not gonna let people continue to run in the victim Olympics. So it's gonna be a little bit different over here from going forward.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. But that's all I had to say, man. Because and I said that because I had my dad in my life, and my parents weren't together growing up, but my dad was like heavily in my life. But like I grew up fine. I grew up good, and like one of the things that he told me was like I'm hard on you just so you don't go on the streets, just so you don't do X, Y, and Z.
That's called
And
love. That's love. That's love. That's
right,
a
right,
father's love.
right,
100%.
right, because he's seen it in my family because I had family who was in prison, jail, all that stuff, and then he was like, hey, I'm hard on you because I don't want to see you that way, and that's love. And people get fathers like that, and they'll say, "Oh, he was too hard. He wasn't emotional enough. He didn't say I love you enough." Like that was love. You know what I'm saying? And they just want to just make excuses. But yeah, man, I'm grateful for my parents, and people need to as well if they
Thank
got
you,
them.
my friend. I
But
appreciate you.
that's all I got.
Thanks for calling in, Bird.
All right, appreciate you.
I'm gonna go with Said. Said, you there? What up,
I'm
Said?
here. What's going on?
What's happening, big dog?
Going pretty good, man. I've been watching your show a lot lately. I want to say last 6 months. Definitely give you props for what you do because you're
Thank you, my
definitely a
friend.
voice. A lot of black guys. We need this. Just men in general need a voice like this.
Thank
Um,
you, my friend.
my thing is, um, came into some money a couple years back. Thought it was time to start a family. Started a family, got engaged. Things fell apart, so kind of had to start from scratch.
Okay.
Um, Back on track for the most part. Looking to get in a tech program. My biggest thing is what other fields or industries should I be looking into to potentially get into?
What do you mean? You don't want
So
you
I'm
gotta
looking.
specialize.
So
So
I'm
you
looking
gotta
at cybersecurity.
specialize in
So
something. Software
cybersecurity now.
engineering, uh, cloud engineer, anything like that. Cybersecurity, you gotta specialize.
Mainly cybersecurity, or maybe even data entry or data entry kind of
You said
field.
data
Now I'm taking
entry?
data entry. The course I'm looking into now is a cybersecurity course. It's about a 12-week course. Pretty intense
Oh, so
project. I'm
you
pretty
trying to
excited
do
about it.
a boot camp?
Yeah, like a boot camp.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be a little bit different, big dog. So, but yeah, you're gonna have to hit me up. Email me at antondaniels413 at gmail.com, and we can have a conversation about it.
For sure, for sure,
Okay?
for sure. Yes, sir. Yeah, appreciate everything you do. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you for calling, bro.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. Stephen Roberts, I'm gonna come to you next. Stephen Roberts, I'm gonna come to you next. Then hold on, give me a second. What's up, Stephen?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Chilling,
See, my
chilling. What's
thing
the
is,
word?
a lot of people are just worried about the silly stuff, right? Because a lot of people don't understand what's going on in Venezuela. You heard about Venezuela? They can't even use their money.
You said what?
Their
What's happening in
money
Venezuela? You said what's happening in
in
Venezuela?
Venezuela, they can't use their money.
Okay,
Their money don't exist now.
okay.
That
No,
can happen to
I
America
wasn't
out of
familiar with
nowhere.
that. I wasn't familiar with that.
Yeah, in Venezuela, their money don't exist now. So they're in that country, they stealing now. You know what I mean? That can happen to. Imagine you got so much money in stocks, got so much money, and out of nowhere you can't use it unless you take it to market the beach.
The mark of the
Unless you take
beast.
the mark of the beast to keep it.
What's the
You
mark
know
of the
what I mean?
beast? What's the mark of the beast?
Come on, man. You know the mark of the beast from the Bible, man.
Yeah, I know,
The
but
mark of the
what does
beast.
that look like today? What's the mark of the beast?
They already got it. You
What
never
is
heard
it?
about people got the tips or whatever. You even played it. You even played it. You even played it one time in your videos in the morning show.
I
Um,
played a video about
people
the
got the
mark of the
little chip.
beast.
Hey, mark of the beast is coming, man.
The mark of the beast is coming.
It's coming real soon.
Is it
Because
coming
guess
or is
what?
it
They gonna have a one world money. One world
coming or
money.
is it here? Is it already here or is it coming?
I think it's already here.
You
Actually,
think it's already here? So you don't know what the mark of the
I
beast is?
think so. I think it's already here. And my thing is, everybody over there worried about just money, money. No, people need to get their soul together. People actually need
How do they
to
get their soul together?
read the Bible, get right with God. You know what I mean? Just actually try to do humane things. You know what I mean? Help out people. You know what I mean? Just like how you say, like you help out people or whatever, or how you carry the files. You say,
Testing,
I
testing
remember.
one,
You
two.
know,
Hey,
like,
chat. Let me know if this is
but
if this sound halfway decent.
but my thing is this
That's the
though. You
testing one,
gotta think
two.
about it.
Okay, I'm
But you
thinking
gotta
about it.
think
What's going
about it
on?
though. What's going on with like what's going on? At the end of the day, the money you gotta think about eggs cost like $5 now just for a 12 pack, $10 for a 12 pack of eggs.
Steven, where you from, man?
I'm from Baltimore, bro.
Steven, can I give you some advice?
What's that?
Stay away from that fentanyl, bro.
Ain't no fitting, bro. What you talking about, man? I be watching a whole bunch of people. What's going on in the
Steven,
world,
Steven,
bro?
Steven, Steven, Steven. That Fenty.
So you don't think that United States ain't collapsing? This is
Steven,
Babylon, bro. It's a new Babylon. You know
Steven,
how they said old Babylon in the Bible and new Babylon.
Steven.
This will be the first place to be destroyed.
Hey, big dog. What you got to do? You got a job in the morning? You got somewhere to go?
Always got somewhere to go.
All right, we got to stay focused, big dog. Don't worry about it, all right?
I mean, I know you can't say too much on the internet, man. I know you can't say too much on the internet.
Okay, all right.
You know what
Hey,
I mean?
Steven,
But
I appreciate you, though.
all right, yeah. Much
Thank,
love, though. Yeah,
thank
I
you.
love your content. But
Thank you,
man, it's
bro.
something bigger coming. Something bigger coming.
Yeah, I appreciate you. All right, okay. We're going to move on. Do I sound better? Can I get a chat? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Chat, let me know how I sound. If I'm sounding all right, if I'm good, y'all let me know how I sound out here in these streets and if this is actually better than how I had it set up. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all let me know inside of the chat if we sound good and we're gonna continue with the show. I think that this is gonna be one of the longer ones. I'm thinking this is gonna be a longer show. We're gonna be streaming our ass off tonight. I gotta leave that fentanyl alone, man. Leave that Fenty alone. Give me a second. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I'm good. I'm good. Much better. Freezy. What up to my dog Freezy? What up to Mika? What up to Mika in the chat? I appreciate you. Y'all said it could be a bit louder? Y'all want it to be louder than this? Why y'all want it to be louder than this? I'm going to bring up one more person and then we're going to move on with the show. Got Devin in the back. Hold on. Give me a second, Dev. What's up, Dev? What's the word, big dog?
Nah, nothing much, nothing much. I think you got a whole bunch of. It's funny listening to these people call in, but nah, yeah, I appreciate listening to you and like the advice you give on stuff. I do have one question though because I know you do the 9 to 5 thing, you do the YouTube thing and social media content. How do you balance your time?
I live and die by my calendar, bro. My calendar is my Bible. Real talk.
Yeah.
Like I manage my calendar. It is a strict calendar. It's color coded and it tells me every single thing that I'm doing throughout the day. So I got to catch a flight tomorrow, for example. That's that. You know what I'm saying? It tells me exactly what time I need to be up, how much time I need to do what I need to do, all of that. So my calendar is my Bible. I live and die by my calendar, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm catching myself. I need to be more organized and, actually make time for everything that I need to do. I'm a software developer. And I've been on your show before.
I know who you are.
All right. Yeah. So like, yeah, just working. I'm like at my computer all day, every day, like trying to like deal with stuff. I do Amazon One. You know the little hand device that scans your hand with Amazon.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, I do the back end for that. So along with that, I've been trying to get into like real estate, then also want to like, start building up a startup and stuff and just, do my own thing. The only thing is I need to prioritize my time. So
So calendar, bro. You got to live and die by your calendar, big dog.
Yeah. I need to do that for sure. Appreciate it.
All right, big dog. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. Let's see what we got out here in these streets. I'll take a couple more calls before we move over because we're gonna get over to Boosie and Charleston White. Tria, you there? Is it Tria G? Are you there? Trey going once. Trey going twice. All right, Trey, I got to let you go. All right, so let's move on, y'all. That was fun. I definitely like having my callers and my people call in and get their thoughts off because you guys are a part of what we do here on After Hours. So, yeah, I'm going to continue to have y'all coming up and popping up and seeing what's happening in these streets. But let's move on. So we going to go over to Boosie, right? Boosie versus Charleston White. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little biased on this one. What's up, Joshua? I appreciate you. Actually, before I get into that, let me read the super chats because I got to acknowledge the people that support the platform. Y'all know I like to acknowledge the people. Solution Trucking Channel says, yo, Anton, you do more than enough for us chasers. I think 2 stock clubs a month is more than enough for us. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you, man. I just like to add as much value as I possibly can. Jawan Caldwell says, Adam 22 is a plant. Pops got pardoned by Bill Clinton for voter fraud. Let that sink in. Ooh, that's a can of worms. I didn't know that. Wendell Kilgore says, what's good, AD? Keep speaking your truth. You know what, Wendell? One thing, I speak the truth. Not my truth, the truth. Shout out to COS Dre, COS Dre. COS Dre says, the real issue is the community they represent is where some of the wealthiest black community in the country, and we are being misrepresented. Appreciate you, big dog. Chris goes on to say, Tyson is hiring 52,000 migrants. Boycott talk now. What you thought that's what they needed. That's one of the reasons why they let them all over here. David Simpson Jr. says, don't do Fenty in the bathroom. Solution Trucking Channel says, Baltimore, hold this L. Shout out to y'all that's holding the platform down. I appreciate everybody that continues to pour into us and what we do. I hope y'all buckled up because we about to rock out. We just getting started. Listen, my flight in the morning, I don't even plan on going to sleep because I got some other stuff to take care of. So I'm going to hold y'all down. Y'all hold me down. And let's get it in. All right, so let me get into this Boosie conversation. So I'm a little biased. I'm going to be honest with you. So I got to preface this by saying that, man, I might have to have Mika come into the show. I might have to have Mika come on the live stream. She probably all tucked in bed just listening and stuff like that. What up, Mika? And Quentin, I see Quentin in there. But I'm a little biased because obviously I'm going to be biased because Charleston is my guy. Charleston is my guy. Flat out. no matter what. There's nothing that anybody could ever say to me about Charleston that's ever going to be bad. It's nothing. Before I even get into the review of this video, because I seen Akademiks and Adin Ross, and then I seen Charleston over there with Adin, and he was chilling with them. And so before I even get into this video, let me just say that it's nothing that anybody could say to me about Charleston that I'm going to ever be like, oh, man, he a bad person or anything like that. He not. He dope. His brother is dope. His mother is dope. His sister is dope. And so shout out to C-Dub. There's nothing that anybody could ever say to me that's bad about him. But I do want to play this because people sent it to me. And I think it's interesting that him and Boosie are still having a spat and beef. And I think that it's starting to affect the money. It's starting to affect a lot of different things. So I'm going to go ahead and play this, and then we're going to continue to rock out.
DJ Vlad, man. What's going on with the DJ Vlad thing, man?
You know Vlad at?
Huh? Yeah, Vlad my guy. Vlad's my guy.
I don't like Vlad.
Yeah, he's like a 6-year-old
He's
hater.
a liar.
Yeah, he's a liar.
See, he trying to say we
Break
killed
it
I went to jail for killing her. I was convicted. Vlad TV is lying. I've never been convicted of a felony. I was adjudicated as a child. There's a difference. I was adjudicated as a child. Vlad is trying to shame me for things that I've said while highlight and uplift Boosie, but ignoring the things that he's done. See, there's a difference, homie. I say fucked up shit. I haven't done fucked up shit. Boosie used a kid to kill people. And this kid was sentenced to life without parole under a law, a juvenile law that I worked on to get abolished. Marlo Mike was 15, 16 years old when he was committing these murders. He was arrested at 17, tried as an adult for crimes he committed as a juvenile, and sentenced to life without parole. He went back to court 4 years ago. His case went to the Supreme Court. His appeal was denied, so he's gonna die in prison. While Vlad and Boosie uplift, promote not just Boosie, but every other gangster that's been in the mob. So he get these killers, people who kill, who haven't paid no retribution, no restitution to their victims. Vlad has never put a victim on there to tell their side of the story. But he's trying to say he's wrong for talking to a guy who done something as a kid, homie. I was a child. I got out as an adult, and I haven't done anything violent, haven't committed no crimes. I don't have any felony convictions. I haven't been accused of nothing. There's no allegation, no nothing on me.
Hey, what I do like about, which I think this is fair in all this, I think Vlad has said that he had turned down or he didn't want to do any more interviews with you because Boosie asked him to. I think it's fair that Adin rocks with you. If Adin don't want to fuck with Boosie out of loyalty, he's loyal to Boosie. Adin loyal to you. It's fine. It should be.
Now, see, I disagree with that 100%, and let me tell you why. I don't never agree with somebody telling somebody else, I don't want you to have somebody on your platform. I've done 1,000 Charleston White interviews. I've done them in his city in Dallas. I've done them in all over the country, right? He done came to Detroit a whole bunch of times and all of that. Not one time, not once, has Charleston ever said, hey, man, I don't want you to put this person on your platform? Not one time. And so I don't understand that choosing sides thing. See, the one thing that's dope about Charleston is that he also understands that this is a business. And the one thing that I think that Charleston White has a problem with is if you do bad business. But nobody has ever, how can somebody tell somebody else what to do with their platform? Boosie telling Vlad, yo, you shouldn't have him, according to what Akademiks is saying right here. Boosie telling Vlad, yo, you shouldn't bring somebody else on your platform is wild to me. It's wild to me because now you're forcing people to choose sides. One of the things that you're supposed to do as an interviewer or as a person that bring people on your platform is you bring who you want to bring, and then you let them tell your story. Even Charleston, right? One of the things that I know about him that he doesn't like to do is that he does not like to sit there and debate, because that's not what he's there for. He's being paid. He is being, you know what I'm saying, flew in or whatever like that to give his thoughts and to tell what it is that he's supposed to do. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've grown significantly just being around him and being able to have the opportunity to spend a lot of time interviewing him, because that's where I kind of made my chops, right? That's where I kind of made my bones, learning how to interview or be a better interviewer or have conversations with people on the couch, because that's where I started to learn. It's not about what I think. When you bring people on the platform, it's not about what you think. It's more or less about getting the best out of them and letting them tell their story, asking the right questions in order to be able to have them conversate with you. And you know what I'm saying? And make it entertaining, but then at the same time have it be educational or whatever, right? And so I've learned that man, I don't care about, it ain't about me. I brought them here to be able to get their time and to get their story out. And so this is the thing that I want to have a conversation about. And so to hear Vlad not even be able to have his own thoughts, and I'm just going based off of what Akademiks is saying. Vlad saying, or Boosie telling Vlad you shouldn't have him on your platform is crazy to me. I will never stop another man from being able to get rock out and do what they want to do. It's your platform. You do what you want to do. You bring up who you want to bring up. And if you want to rock with me, then you rock with me based off of the terms that we agree to. Otherwise, then you can rock with them.
It shouldn't be no harm, no foul.
So why bring that up? Why would Vlad bring that up and say, well, I said that something about Hitler, so why bring that up? And then bring up the fact that, hold on, then try to say, Boosie was found not guilty. So was OJ. And you still treat OJ like he guilty, Vlad. You trying to pay OJ $1 million some to get that interview because you think you can crack and solve the case like you saw a Tupac case. Solve Boosie case then. He was found not guilty. I was adjudicated in family.
Listen, Christopher Mayberry says Boosie never told Vlad that he said it on another podcast. Vlad said he didn't want CW on his platform because of the comments that he made. I'm going based off of what Akademiks just said. Akademiks said Vlad is this guy. He also, listen, two things can be true. That can one thing can be true, but then Boosie could have said it too. I'm reacting to the video. I'm not going based off of no other stuff. Akademiks said that Boosie said that he didn't want Charleston on the platform right here, right now. And based off of that, that's what I'm reacting to. Shout out to what up, Khalil? I'm gonna read that super chat shortly.
Court as a child. There's no record of me even being in court on a murder case. There's no record of it. My record is sealed. That's why there's no paperwork, no nothing on me. Only to grow up to work with children who commit crimes like I committed. How can you shame me for things that I say in a form of a character that I portray online that's now on stage doing comedy, satire comedy, shock jock, and now that's being put in movies. I created this character to get to this point. Yeah. I'm not stuck on the internet with hateful rhetoric.
Would you, if Adin and Brand Risk says, hey, we got 100,000 for you and Boosie to get it in the boxing ring, would you do it?
I'll beat Boosie bitch ass. I'll knock his bitch ass out. Boosie a hoe in real life, my nigga. Boosie ain't known for fighting. Nigga, I grew up in the boys' home fighting. Nigga, I whoop Boosie. I whoop Boosie. And I told him I'd let him win to try to trick him to get in the ring. I sent a video because we had talked. Me and Boo, we talked about this. I told him, nigga, I'll let you win.
So if I set it up, you'll do it, Unc.
Yeah, I beat Boosie motherfucking ass, homie. Because I want to show people, nigga, he just be on here talking. He ain't really battle tested. That's why when he went to the feds the last time, he said his knees were bleeding, praying to God. But he talked like he can stand on these codes. He really talked like he won't snitch. But he done also got on here and say he called the police on his brother. Come on now. Vlad, so I'm saying, why would Vlad bring this up? And as soon as he bring it up, what do? He released the flashback video when Boosie asked him not to put me on there. So he trying to exploit and make money while he pit us together. This kid trying to bring us together.
That's all I
Let's
was trying to
squash
do. Yeah.
Let's squash. Unc, will you be willing to do it? I said, yeah, for you, nephew.
He did say that.
I told Pip and Ken I wouldn't do it, but I told nephew I'd do it for you, nephew.
I wanted them to squash it.
Hey,
Wait,
so Vlad claims like it was like a ambush situation.
No,
Explain
I wasn't. If it was, can I say one thing? If it was ambush, what would I have done? I would have just had Boosie on, and then I would have just had Charleston on, basically on some shit where it was not expected. That's an ambush. He knew about it. Okay, he knew about it. Tom spoke to him about it. They knew about it. Okay, both sides knew about it. I wouldn't have done it like that.
And this ain't.
What is Adin Ross doing? I don't understand. Yo, look, I don't even want that dynamic around me. I don't know why Adin Ross would want to be involved with something like that. Like, do your stuff, you know what I'm saying? Have whoever it is that's just on your platforms. Some energy I just don't want to be a part of. Like, I don't want to set nothing up to where if he beefing with you or you beefing with him, and then because then I'm responsible for you if it don't go the way that y'all say or y'all think that it's supposed to go. I then become responsible for what happened with that shit. And I don't want that junk being a part of my platform. I'm not doing that. Man, I think people doing too much, bro. Listen, if they want to handle it, if they want to hammer that junk out, then that's between them. They two grown men. They two grown men that make their own decisions, and if they don't, they don't, man. I'm not getting involved with that nonsense. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be a middleman between two dudes. I don't want no parts of it. I got my own problems that I got to deal with.
The first time the Danza Project spoke to Boosie and I. Boosie wanted $80,000 to sit down with me in the Danza Project. I told the Danza Project, homie, I'll take $20,000 to make this happen so y'all can eat, because y'all gonna make $1 million off of it. Just give me something on the back end to supplement what you giving him, because it should be a 50-50 split. What you give, so they was gonna put up $100,000. Boosie wanted more.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Ask me, so now Vlad full of shit.
And I don't talk numbers, bro. Like, whatever it is that I pay you, if I pay you, then that's what we rocking with. But I'm not telling nobody else's numbers. I'm not telling nobody else none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. This is weird.
Why? That's why I don't like him, my nigga. And I turned
Shout
Vlad
out. I'm gonna read the
down
super chat shortly.
because he don't want to pay me.
I think what Vlad tried to do was in his explanation.
Vlad is trying to get black people's history in his vault. He's trying to get black and nigga, we don't benefit nothing from what Vlad get from us. And all he getting is the detriment side. He don't show no victims, no nothing. He go get the gangsters who done kill and let them come flourish and relish in the hurt and the harm that they done caused people. And you ain't never heard Boosie apologize to the victims. You ain't never heard no gangster mob dude who done got on there, no OG, apologize to their victims. And I got on there and showed some of the most empathy for my victim because I met my victim family, only to be forgiven. So I can come play whatever character I want to play. But nigga, I ain't been to no prison. I ain't been in and out of jail. I don't have no history of crimes as an adult. None of that.
I think Boosie's issue is that he said you spoke on his kid. I think that's when you had spoke on Boosie's kid and T.I.'s kid.
Ugly. He an ugly little motherfucker. In the end.
Oh man. The one thing I say about Charleston is he is completely uncontrollable. You're not gonna sit here and control him, bro. You can't tell him what to do, and you cannot tame him. You just gotta understand him, and if you choose to rock with him and do business with him, then that's just what it is. But you're not gonna sit here and try to tame CW, man, at all. You just gotta know what you're getting into when you get into it. What's up, D? What's up, bro? You on DSQ. Turn your YouTube down, DSQ, man. DSQ, you on,
Hello.
bro? What's going on?
What's going on? How you doing, Anton?
I'm doing well. What's the word?
Nothing much. I was watching this. You know, what I'm saying you reviewed Charleston White and Boosie or whatever. I might be biased too. I really like Charleston White, maybe because I'm from Texas or whatever, and he just like a uncle. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from Texas, like I ain't gonna say everybody, but like most people from Texas is like you got that one outraged uncle that kind of like say what they want to say, but it's a lot of truth in what he be saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have no problem with Charleston White and what he be saying. I mean overall I really like him, honestly. Um as far as this Booty situation, um just like Charleston White be saying, it's like he has this character about him. I know he definitely feels the way he feels about Charleston White. I mean about Bootsy. Sorry. About Bootsy and everything else like that. But it's entertainment, it's shock value, or whatever the case may be. So
I mean, yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I respect that. Um,
one thing that kind of opened my, I actually started watching Charleston White interviews and stuff like that off of your platform,
mhm.
because I know he was gaining traction before that, but I learned about him more once he got on your platform and everything. And one thing that resonated with me on one of your interviews when he was talking about the difference between Christians and the rest of like kind of like the religions and everything like that. And he talked about the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between, and I never could really pinpoint it, but
Mhm.
that resonated. I was like, God thank,
He
oh man,
he rock.
that
I mean, he resonate with a lot of people, and I think that his message. He's been really consistent and staying relevant and resonating with the people, and I think that his message hit with the people, and so as a result of it, he gonna continue to resonate. He not going nowhere, so yeah, man. I think that he gonna continue to do what he do.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, my main goal was to come on here and also just really just give you your flowers. Honestly, I was really just wanted to talk to you. I don't know which platform to go on. I don't want to go on a Wednesday night because you know you might get to dig in and have to get into my
Don't be
personal
scared,
life
man.
and
Call
everything.
in if you got some thoughts on Wednesday night or tonight, bro.
All right, all right. I just want I've been wanting to say this though. The reason why I start rocking with you was because it's been a year. I've been a bag chaser for a year. I've been
Shout
a
out to
bag
you.
chaser for a year, for a whole year. And this time last year, I tuned into one of your shows and you was going on one of your monologues and you was like, I am the dark angel. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel that Christians don't really be standing on nothing.
Yeah,
And you was like, I am him. That's what I'm saying. I am the dark angel. I am you. You like Michael, right? You know what I'm saying? You like Michael. You the one who defeated Satan or whatever. You gonna take it upon your shoulders and you gonna destroy all of this rhetoric and everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm shutting all of that down. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that, and that's what made me tune in. And I really appreciate what you are doing for all of us young men that's coming up and giving us the message and making sure that we are going in the right direction.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, and thank you for calling in, my friend.
All right.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yo, we 2 hours in and we rocking. Let's continue.
Yeah. But I spoke on his kids because his kid threatened me. See, I spoke on Boosie and T.I. And as I was talking about Boosie and T.I., I mentioned their two sons who had just gotten arrested and was making public display. So as I was speaking about the fathers, I said something about the sons. The sons responded. The sons responded out of disrespect. So, nigga, I responded with disrespect too. And you can go get your daddy's little old bitty niggas is what I said. And yeah, Tootie a ugly little motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Boosie ugly. So I'm saying, but you don't have no problem with Boosie talking down on Dwayne Wade's son. You ain't got no problem with Boosie. So Vlad is a hypocrite, homie. He a man, fuck Vlad, nigga. And man, I don't give a fuck about
How old is Vlad?
I don't know how old he is. I just know I'm glad Rick Ross and whooped his motherfucking ass.
He whooped his ass.
And if it wasn't for Rick Ross and gunplay, we wouldn't even know that motherfucker. He wouldn't have been able to get the money to do what he's doing.
Wait, Rick Ross beat his ass.
Rick Ross and gunplay caught him in a room and beat his ass viciously. Beat the fuck out of him, and he sued them.
I remember that. I remember, and I think that Ross rapped about it, and Vlad sued about it. I do remember that. I remember that. That was a long time ago.
Did he win?
He won. He got money.
I think when he was like speaking to you, I think he was saying, well, he was mentioning like, oh, you're Jewish, so you should care about certain shit, or you should have the same feelings.
What's up,
guys,
Fritz?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I know I'm grown now. I'm 23, but they're saying he's in his 50s. If you're in your 50s and you're really like beefing over me on Twitter, it's kind of cringe to me. Like, in my opinion,
what is it? What I'm saying? So you mean to tell me he can't be forgiven?
Yeah, like
he can't. He don't know. Hey man, I'm sorry, Adin, man. So come on now. And I'm saying this out of hurt. I ain't saying this to hurt him. So what I said, this ain't this. I didn't say, oh man. Nah, this is a response to a situation that with emotions in it. So me and him can't talk it out and hash it out and work past something because we have a genuine bond.
I fuck with them.
See,
Can I be honest?
Vlad faking with whoever he faking with. We got a genuine bond.
I'll be honest with y'all, bro. I never paid him no money. It's all genuine. One thing I'm gonna say is a lot of these motherfuckers that you guys see me do streams with is not no genuine all bond relationship. I really sat down with them, had dinners with them, had meals with them. I know we had a little fallout and shit. It was crazy.
And it wasn't us. It was something else.
Really wasn't. I
thought they done this to me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, man, they done got me out.
He thought I set you up. Yeah. He thought I set him up to go viral by starting beef. And again, me and him, we squashed that shit.
Nah, people like seeing y'all together, man. Like y'all have a dynamic.
And watch what me and him do. Watch, we're going to go to schools. We're going to go volunteer at shit. We're going to go really, make a difference.
And
right?
we never stopped talking after that. We kept trying to work it out.
Been doing this.
From the moment we fell out, we were still, man, I don't know.
Trini Life, what popped the balloon? Chelsea and White. Is that like a separate interview or is that her and the dating on that show specifically?
We were still trying to hash that out. But we had to get through the emotions, what a nigga was feeling, what a nigga had said. Yeah. So, but what we know is, it wasn't what I said. This shit, man, nigga just saying some shit. Man, I done got mad, man, fuck you. So it's no different than a person in a relationship, boy, say some shit. We don't know each other when we saying this shit. And there's other people involved. So we work past something. And nigga, why would this old man attack this kid? He didn't say the shit.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't give a fuck.
Come on, man.
I didn't ambush anybody, bro. An ambush is basically me and Boosie were basically sitting here and Charleston walked in. That's an ambush. If Boosie didn't know about it, that's an ambush.
I think Vlad spoke out of, I think he's really loyal to Boosie, and I think he feels like
and I'm loyal to Charleston.
You slighted Boosie. I don't know how much Boosie was going to get paid or whatever, but it was like, oh.
I think that Adin need to just look, man. When it comes to these this politicking and stuff like that, and getting in between people and all of that, Adin Ross he's 23 years old. He young. I know he been streaming for a while. I know he got the bag. I know he running it up. I know he got part ownership and kick and all of that. Me personally, If it was me, I wouldn't be middleman and nothing. I would just rock with who I rock with and don't rock with who I don't rock with and stay out of that junk, bro. Real talk.
Oh, you just told him to fuck off for Charleston.
Man, Boosie is doing Cam Capone interview. How low can you
talk
go?
about the pay shit?
Shit. Cam Capone is catching strays? Oh, no. Hold on. What's wrong with Cam? I don't know. I don't watch Cam Capone news. Damn, Cam Capone. Cam Capone got a lot of subscribers on his channel. Damn, I didn't know Cam Capone was catching strays. Shit.
I want to really talk about this.
Yeah.
So this is what had happened. When every single person that asks for money on stream, I go straight to kick. Okay, I go straight to kick every time. Like, yo, this person that will probably not do this shit for this much. This is what they're asking for. What do y'all want to offer? Type shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It never comes out of our pocket. I won't ever do that. Same with Cardi. Same with anyone. The only person I've ever paid was rappers that come on my stream and gamble with me if I want to slip money. Like Chief Keef that one time. Remember when you performed? I paid Chief out of love. You know what I mean? Yeah. So every single time it's come straight from the company. And if they want to do it, cool. If you want to make both parties happy, cool. I spoke to a lot of people. If I'm making money on top of, let's just say like I make money for the boxing shit, I'll give the boxers money. If I make money for the Cardi stream, I'll give Cardi money. I'll give you an example. So if I make money off certain shit, if they want to invest in, I'll give them the money. It's that simple. So when I connected Tav and whatever, I don't know who, I think it was just Tav and Boosie directly talking. They were speaking about all that stuff. But regardless, Boosie, it was pretty much Tav was just like to Boosie, hey, bro, I'm just letting you know, I just know that Adin's not going to do the stream. He may have said whatever in the DMs or whatever, but, you know, I'm going to tell you how it is. Charleston's very loyal to Adin as a streamer. He doesn't really fuck other streamers. Adin's loyal to Unc. That's his Unc. And that's that, right? Yeah. So that's where we were. I'm not gonna ambush anybody. I'm really not. And you knew about this.
He ain't that kind of dude. That was because I thought he was on that kind of shit. Yeah. I thought he was on that kind of shit.
Remember when I was thinking about having the Gorlock?
Yeah.
And you were like, "Fuck no!" And you got mad at me. You're like, "I'm about to fly home." You're like, Adin, like you don't gotta do that, bro, to go viral anymore. You got me. You got fuck with you. You know what I mean? You don't gotta go viral and shit. You don't gotta fucking. Because I told him, I was like, yo, what if we got Gorlock to just come in the room and just, like, say hi to you? He was like, fuck no, you do that. He got mad as fuck at me, bro. He was like, fuck no, bro. You want some playing shit, bro? Like, no. But I told him, see, if it was some ambush shit, guess what? I would have had Gorlock come in. You would have never talked to me ever again.
Yeah, we would have fell out for real.
For real. He should have told me, you're not doing that to me. Like, you're not doing that. So.
Yeah, we had a long time. He came to us. I
came to his hotel. I had to come to his hotel and talk to him.
Nah. You gotta do that, man.
Yeah, we had a real talk, bro. But that's why I respect you, because you and I, it's like if you have an issue, you really tell me like how you feel, and I'm like, I understand, I get it. That's not what you do. You don't plot. I get it. I feel you.
So I'm saying, why would Vlad attack him, homie? Just because Vlad ain't got nothing to do with this. Just between him and Boosie. Why would Vlad jump to this social media to attack him? Knowing it'll pit me and Boosie back against each other. When everybody's been trying to solve this issue with me and Boosie. And everybody.
That was it. I was just.
I think that I don't know, man. It just seemed like Adin, Ross, I think him and Charleston are great for each other as far as streaming and the benefits that they both get from cross promoting an audience and all of that stuff. And so I think that that's a really great partnership. Me personally, I just would let grown men handle grown men business, and I don't want to be involved in what and bringing two people in with each other together. I think that if they want to do that, then they can do that, but I definitely don't want to be a part of I don't want that, because anything that go left, I just don't want that as a part of my thing, and as you know what I'm saying, on my conscience, on my platform, or anything like that. And I just don't think that that's kosher. You know what I'm saying? Let me read a couple of these super chats. What up, Khalil says, Anton, what up, though? What up to my Detroit brethren? I appreciate you. What up, Khalil? Thank you for helping out on the platform. Michael Mitchell Jr. says, that's crazy because Boosie didn't tell Vlad that about Birdman Brother Gangster after he said Boosie was in protective custody. Why all the smoke for C-Dub? I think Vlad got a lot to do with it, honestly. Well, Vlad, I don't know, man. I don't know what Vlad be got going on. I don't know why he don't just do his interviews and just do his thing. Seems like Adin is chasing clout. Who can say? Who can say? All right, let's get into this Candace Owens because Candace Owens recently went on Fresh and Fit, right? And so a lot of people was trying to act like, well, she grifting or whatever. I don't understand how it's grifting when you start to expand your platform and you get into other parts of the internet by getting more visibility with different people that may or may not be checking for your content, right? It's just called cross promotion, and it's called continuing to be, you know what I'm saying, rock out and trying to expand your platform or whatever. But apparently she went on Fresh and Fit. I'm not really interested in looking at the whole stream. So I'd rather just pull up what her experience is and let her tell it from her perspective, especially considering a lot of people that seem like, again, don't really care for Candace Owens. And I understand it. Let me be clear. I do understand it. I understand it. I know why a lot of black people choose not to rock with Candace Owens. It's weird. It's weird to me. I don't agree with it. But it's the same reason why black people don't rock with a lot of different people. So, you know, it's not foreign to me. I'm not confused about it. Anybody that goes against the norm and anybody that feels differently about what you're doing, it's going to be some pushback. And so that's just what comes with the game. I understand it. But let me try to figure out what she was talking about as far as what her experience was on Fresh and Fit. I do know that she went on Destiny, and I kind of reviewed a little bit of that. But I want to get her thoughts on what happened with Fresh and Fit.
All right, guys, happy Friday.
Let me see if I can fast forward this. Because I know she be having timestamps. Oh, okay, wait a minute.
All right, guys, here is what happened. So I was invited for a long time, actually. I just could not make time for it. Onto a podcast known as Fresh and Fit. It's conducted by two guys. Actually, there's more guys, but Fresh and Fit refers to the two main podcasters. Fresh, his real name, by the way, is Walter Weeks, and Fit is Myron Gaines. They wanted me to come on the podcast, and some people said, don't do it. It's a waste of your time. Essentially, they were the podcast that inspired the Whatever podcast, very similar format. They invite a bunch of girls on that work in the sex industry, and they speak to them. And a lot of people find this not to be a great thing to do, but actually I think it is a good thing to do, because what ends up being the result, I think, is that you have a lot of young women that are watching the podcast, and they can decide from themselves whether or not they think working in the sex industry in any capacity is a good idea. And this was, let me just be clear, a house filled with hoes. They even have like the waiting room, and because there's so many strippers that come on the show, they strip on a pole while they're waiting. I wasn't in the room, but their waiting area is very much designed for their activities. Is
that true? What up, Slimmy? I did not know that was a thing. I did not know that. So wait. That got to be new with Fresh and Fit as far as them having an area for them to be able to go on a stripping pole. Because as far as I knew before, now I haven't caught their show since they've been on just Rumble mainly and stuff like that. But as far as I knew before, they was actually like in an apartment / condo and all of that. And so I was surprised that they was able to get away with what they was doing as long as they was, as far as where they was in their old location. But apparently they got a new studio and all of that stuff, and they spent a bunch of money and built stuff and all of that. But I didn't know that they had like whole shows and hey, listen, man, young boys, get your money, take care of your business, have some fun. They upgraded. Yeah, I know. I seen they upgraded their studio, but I didn't know that they was out there with the stripper poles and stuff. That's wild because honestly, I wouldn't even think to have that going on while Candace Owens is actually coming to be a guest on the show. I would probably cut it out. You know what I'm saying?
I will say. I went on the podcast first to just sit down with the guys and talk about my ideas and what I believe in politics. And then they have this part called After Hours, and they invite all of the girls to sit around, and they're able to talk to me, and he allows me, Myron basically says, goes around, asks each of them how old they are, what their career is, and basically if they have any questions for me, and I'm able to then ask them a bunch of questions. So this was unique. I thought to myself, this really is what I want to do in life. Like, I want to be a person that's sitting in a circle with a bunch of women who are hoes and give them advice. I do. This is actually perfect. That's why I ignore everybody telling me not to go on the show. And I went and I tried out my clinic. I really did. That's what I did. And the first thing that I found was this pattern as I was asking them questions and talking about their lives. Anytime they would say something, it was very much, I don't care about men or I don't care about dating, because one of the things that Myron does is asks them if they're in a relationship. And the overwhelming majority of them are not in a relationship, or if they are in one, it's a very new relationship. So we don't know if it's going to be successful, but we have an idea. And I was very struck by the fact that, well, not really struck, it makes sense. The majority of these girls, all of them actually did not grow up with a father in the home. It's, of course, makes sense why they don't like men and why they have turned to these sorts of careers. There was one girl that really stood out to me, and her name was Kayla, and she shared her story, and her story was very sad. Take a listen.
You mean like hookup culture?
Right.
Yeah, like hooking
when
up with a lot
younger,
of guys.
like when Tinder first came out, I think
Mhm.
I was like 16 years old, trying to find a boyfriend.
On Tinder?
Yeah, I grew up in a very small town in Michigan.
What happened in high school?
Like I said, I grew up in a very small town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And did you think like having sex with them would bring you a relationship, sort of a thing?
I just
Hookup
thought that's
culture?
like what you did, like
Yeah.
if you wanted to be in a relationship with somebody.
I don't think that's when you're 16, your brain's not developed, and I think a lot of young women think
Right.
that when they're young, and so I totally get that, especially with culture telling you all the time that it's like do this, and maybe he'll want you. When did you have how old were you when you had a child?
I had her when I was 20.
Okay, so quite young.
Yeah.
And was that a long-term relationship leading up to it, or?
So I met him when I was a stripper. So he
Jesus Christ.
met me at the strip club when I was like just getting off drugs, and so I was like looking for a way out. I was saying.
What small town in Michigan is she from? That's what I'm trying to understand. So wait a minute. Most strip clubs here in Michigan that I thought you had to be 18. I mean, I'm sorry, you had to be 21 in order to be stripping in a strip club. Yo. So if it's a strip club and a chick is under 18, unless she in there illegally, then that mean that they can't serve alcohol or something like that, right? Man, I don't know, man. Don't get me started. I mean, look at these chicks that's on here. Good God, Jesus Christ. Green hair with her stomach sticking out, with army fatigue, with the two red cups, and then you got the other chick that looked like a gothic chick with the modified Bulls jersey, with tattoos all the way up to almost her face. Jesus Christ. And the one that looked the most reasonable is the one that's probably the most broken. Man, this is crazy. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Look at the women. Good gosh.
In like a drug house and everything.
Yeah. What drugs? What
She
drug
do
were you
look like
addicted to?
Harley Quinn. You're right.
Okay.
So, and he was a pimp. I like found out after like he took me out to eat or whatever that he was a pimp. So, I stuck with him.
These chicks look tough. Tough. The streets. Listen, ladies, before we continue to review this, let me just tell you something. The streets don't love you. I know a lot of y'all want to get out the house early. Y'all want to go out there and have fun and shake your tail feather and get to it and all of that. The streets don't love you. It will eat you alive. It will eat you alive. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all. You know what? The next after hours, if I do one tomorrow night, Because if I don't do one tomorrow night, then I'm gonna do it Tuesday. Because I'm thinking about doing after hours. I usually go live on after hours 3 times a week: Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then either Fridays or Saturdays. But I might do Friday and Saturday because I actually like, being a night owl is actually my thing. I prefer to be the night owl more than the morning guy. I had to train myself to be the morning guy in order to go and get that bag. Because Anton don't miss out on no bags whatsoever. Everybody in the chat keep telling me to stream for Friday and Saturday. But I had to train myself to be a morning guy because I'm really a night guy. Like, I'm always a guy. I used to be the guy that worked really, really late up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning up until the sun came up, and then I would sleep in the daytime and then party in the afternoon and then grind in the night. So it's a little different. But, man, these chicks is rough. The streets don't love you. I'm telling you. It's crazy, bro.
A couple weeks like staying in a hotel, and then like I got put on probation, so like he was still the only person like paying for my phone bill and stuff like that. So I just stuck with him, and then like later on he just told me like he loved me and he wanted me to be his girlfriend. So I was just like, okay. And this was when I was 19. So.
Yeah, so you were very young. Did you grow up with a dad in your house?
My dad died when I was 11.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Christ.
Yeah.
This is sad,
Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, there's a very clear pipeline that happens, and I think it's actually really great that you're sharing it because, the worst thing is when people pretend this is like an amazing lifestyle and it's like I had every option available to me.
I don't condone like girls doing OnlyFans or anything. Like I do it, but like I just do it because it allows, and it also allows me to be like a full-time. I am a single mom. No child support, no benefits, nothing like that.
Bro. The biggest problem in society, aside from homelessness and the migrant crisis and the borders being open, is fatherless households. These women, now in her situation, it's a little different because her father passed away when she was 11. But man, let me tell you something, bro. The stark difference between a person that turns out what their life turns out eventually that didn't have a father in the household versus a person that did have their biological father in the household is so vast. I can't tell you how many people I talk to. I talk to 2 different types of people a lot of times. They usually fall into 2 categories when they get a coaching call. The first group of people is usually people that I'm trying to get up to the starting line. Like I'm trying to get their life together, get their budget together, their money messed up or whatever, so on and so forth. And when I start digging into their background to better understand them, usually those are people that did not have a father in the household. The second group of people is people that's trying to get to the next level, right? And so they're like, man, I feel like I'm stuck. I've been making this amount of money for a certain amount of time. Should I go on this career path or whatever? Should I marry her? Usually those are the type of people that had parents in their household or have a strong community that played a huge role in their life that influenced them to continue to push themselves to be successful. It's not 100% all of the time that this is exactly how it plays out, but in a general sense, I see this all the time. And so when I speak to it, I'm speaking to it based off of my real life experience. And I'm telling you, it happens all the time. It's a huge, and when I say huge, I mean a gulf of a difference between people that don't have a father in their household. And I don't know why these women continue to want to have children out of wedlock, because it's not going to be good for you. It's hard. It's incredibly hard to grow up and be successful or to overcome the circumstances from a self-inflicted wound of somebody that's choosing to either break their family up or raise their children outside of a 2-parent household. Man, I know my daughter. My daughter literally texted me the other day. Let me tell you what she texted me, bro. She actually sent it in a group chat with me and her mom, me and Rita. She says, this was Monday. This was earlier this week. This was Monday. She says, good night, guys. Literally, this is my daughter in the group chat. She says, good night, guys. That's my daughter at the top. She says, good night, guys. And then I say, I love you. And she said, I love y'all. Thanks for everything. This is just a random text at night. She just up at night at 11 on a Monday at 11:27 on a school night. And then I send her back a text message and I said, you so sweet, baby, because I was down here, right? And so I'm taking care of business down here. And then Rita text her right after that and says, good night, family. Love you. I love y'all. You're welcome, Leslie. You're such a great kid. This is the stuff that my daughter experienced on a regular basis. She don't know this shit. She don't have the same experiences as a lot of these other kids, man. And I refuse under any circumstance. Thank God I've never been in a situation where I had to stay down for my family, because that just wasn't a thing. Like, the family has always been a family and we always been in a great space. And so I've never had that issue. But honestly, my daughter has never experienced the type of stuff that y'all are putting y'all children through. You're literally putting your children in a situation where, even when it came to getting a place down here, I mean, everything just kind of worked out the way that it worked out, as far as having a space that's closer to my office. So it makes it less taxing on my body for me to be able to get to and from where I need to be. I literally waited until my daughter was able to drive full time. And then, I got her truck. Her truck cost me $100,000 or whatever for her birthday. I waited until my daughter could drive full time before I actually, got a space to where it made it easier for me to be able to transition back and forth and sleep at night. And I split my time half and half. And then I have them down here, like my daughter and stuff. She was just down here the other day before I took her and Rita to the airport in order for them to be able to go and do what they do. But I'm telling you, man, it's a huge difference between a daughter and a son that is raised in a household. That's why I'm so hard on y'all. You'll be like, yo, my father was in my house, but he didn't do anything for me. What you mean? Nigga, what you want him to do? Go outside and play catch with you? Man, if you don't show some appreciation to your father, you have no clue of what it's like and what you're dealing with, bro. You have no clue. So, man, protect your kids, man. Protect your kids.
And it allowed me to stop prostituting, because obviously I was a prostitute. So
I'm really grateful that you shared that. I think it takes a lot to talk about that.
No, for sure. And this is why I like to come on shows and stuff to spread what I've been through.
I also want to be clear that Kayla shared that she had been sober from drinking and abusing any drugs for 3 years, which
Golden Pisces said, you got married at 22 and stayed married. Most black men would never get married, especially at that age. I don't mind if you don't get married or if you do get married. One thing I do stand on, though, is if you decide to have children, don't have children out of wedlock. That is a commitment. You got to commit to that. You are in a situation to where you got to be dedicated to your family and your kids. And so if you're going to have children, then I think that you should get married. If you are going to have children, I believe that you should marry before you carry. And then you gotta dedicate. And so that's why it's such a big deal. People be just having children like, oh no, I just want to be happy. I'm just gonna leave. And what the fuck you talking about? Listen, if you're gonna do what you're gonna do, then slide. But go home. Go home. Your kids need you. I understand. Listen, you might have slid out, you did your thing, whatever. Everybody had their moments, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you got to go home. Your kids need you. I can't save your kids. I can't save your children. You know what I'm saying? So once I decided that I was going to have a kid, I was never going to not have a kid. I was never going to not have a kid out of wedlock.
which I thought was amazing. And I really encouraged her in that direction because she needs to hear that she's doing well. She is doing well. She's taking steps to make her life better, at least. And she very much understands that she is leaning on OnlyFans, not because she thinks it's the right decision. It's not the right decision. Of course, it's not a good decision to sell your body, but because she has no other economic means. And this is why I really enjoyed these women, as opposed to the women that I sat down with on the Whatever podcast, who were approaching the topic as if it was a no-brainer, that it was all about money. They're making tons of money. These guys are idiots. And they didn't understand that while I very much completely know what it must feel like to be broke all the time, especially in today's economy, it sucked when I was broke growing up, that they're in the fast lane, but the fast lane ends very quickly.
Facts.
Which is to say that everything seems amazing and fast and like so much money when you're young. Then what happens, of course, is they're going to get older. And then what you're going to have is younger OnlyFans model that are making more money. And of course, men are not going to want to date women that have that sort of a resume, which is the point that Fresh and Fit make to these young ladies. Like, why would any guy want to date you? They're very harsh in the way that they say that, but it's something that I think that the young women don't think about when they're trying to emulate and be someone like a Kim Kardashian or a Kylie Jenner, is they think that they can just stop that sort of a career path whenever they want, and every other man is going to be available to them, where that's just not true. Of course, that simply isn't true. One thing that I was able to share with them, and this particular clip went viral, and so I want to share it again so that everyone can hear it in case they don't watch the Fresh and Fit podcast, was just a story from my childhood, because I very much identify with young women, how easy it can seem when you're presented with the option of fast money and you have your youth and you have your beauty, so why not? This is a 100% true story. Me and a person who was my best friend, one of my best friends in high school, were back from college. I think it was just the first semester. We decided to go out in New York City, and we landed at a bar, and it was just a total chance thing. But an artist named Wyclef Jean was performing. You might be familiar with him. And it's really interesting because she was a very innocent girl, very sweet. He offered us an opportunity to go on a couple of tour stops with him, and we went. And she changed. She changed instantly on this tour stops. It was very obvious that she was suggesting to him that he could sleep with her, despite the fact, and I will stand by this, that he did not put any pressure on either of us to do that whatsoever. And it changed her life. That moment changed her life. She ended up dropping out of the school that she was in and sort of pursuing
Got caught up in the life,
if you want to call it limelight, this sort of quick money. The following year, I visited her. She had moved to Miami. She was living in a massive apartment. It was 2-bedroom, 2 bathrooms. I mean, what were we, 20 years old? And I was so broke. I remember visiting her on that spring break. I was so broke.
They was in, hey, that's Wyclef showed up at the bar. Next thing you know, they on tour together. And the chick moved to Miami, and she living in a huge apartment. I'm telling you, the lifestyle could be alluring for a lot of people, but be careful.
Now she's not in school. She's got every rapper that is texting her. She's hanging out with them. She's dating some of them. She's sleeping with tons of them. And I just remember leaving her in Miami, didn't recognize who my friend was, and calling another friend of mine named Devin. And I remember crying because I could not even afford to put gas in my car. Like, I was just, I remember saying to him, Devin, this is so unfair. It's so unfair. If I just did what she did, I could have so much. She lived.
They tried to make my girl Candy for the streets. No, stay focused, Candy.
Lives in a huge place. You know, people are taking care of her bills. She doesn't even work. You know, she says she's modeling. It's just so unfair. She's doing music videos, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll never forget what Devin said to me. He said, Candace, if you think in 10 years your life is going...
Thank you, Miss Lolita Gore. What up to Freezy? What up to Mika? What up to your car? What up to everybody that's holding me down? I appreciate y'all for tapping in.
...to be worse than hers, you are out of your mind. You're out of your mind. If you think 10 years down the line, the decisions that she is making is going to lead to a healthy and a good life, you are out of your mind.
Freezy, you think they going, bro? You think they going, Freezy? Man, I wish I could talk to my dog Freezy right now. Freezy said they going.
Years later, I must have been 25 years old. I was working in private equity, and no joke, the person that ran the firm had a massive wedding, and he invited Wyclef Jean to perform. And I hadn't seen him since I was 19, 20 years old, chose a different life for myself, and here I was working on this massive wedding. I'll never forget, after he came and took the meeting with the execs, he and I took an elevator downstairs together, and he looked at me and he said, you know, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you and what you did in your life. And I knew what he meant. I knew that he meant that he was proud of me because I didn't sell myself to artists, even when I had the opportunity to. And then beyond that, fast forward to, I don't know, was I about 30 years old. It was a couple of years after that. I can't remember the timeline, but I was working with Charlie Kirk at Turning Point USA. And I am not kidding. This is a true story. You can ask Charlie Kirk. We walked into the Four Seasons in Los Angeles, and working at the front desk was my former friend who had all of the money in the world in Miami when she was 20 or 21. And suddenly, here she was as a hostess at the Four Seasons. Not where she began, not the life that she was living. And, I wish her all the love in the world and all the luck in the world. But I know that eventually what Devin had said was going to happen is indeed what happened. She got older, not as interesting to those rappers. She chose the fast life, but it didn't get her anywhere in the long run. It was fast, quick, and then it was over. And so I shared that story with them, and you could really see how much it was resonating with them and how much maybe they were thinking about changing their lives, because it's never too late to change their lives. And
Nope. Candace, listen, God bless you, baby. How old is Candace Owens? Let me check this out. Candace. $34. Listen, Candace, you still a baby. You still a baby. God bless you. Here's the thing, baby girl. The reality is this. They not changing. They not changing. I know that you very, motivated and you want to change the world and all of this, but I'm just going to tell you, if you put your energy into that, you're going to be incredibly disappointed, baby. They're not changing.
in the end, that was the advice that I left them with when they were able to write in questions to me. So it works like this. They write their questions on a paper and they sort of pull them out of a hat. So I don't know who is asking the question, but I can answer it. And I will let you guys watch that moment here.
Do you believe someone can truly change once they find God or religion, even if they have a promiscuous past? Alexis?
Yes, I actually was thinking about that. Can you remind me of your name?
Enola Blaze.
Nola?
Enola Blaze. My real name's Kayla.
Kayla.
Yes.
So I was thinking about that with Kayla because I had a former porn star on my show, and you should definitely watch that episode. And she transformed her life. She has kids. She's married, and she just came to her faith. And it was a really interesting conversation to talk about, the industry, same thing, drug addiction, everything. And then she just gave up her life to God and, met somebody at church who just wanted to know more about her. She was very open about, her life and where she came from. And now she has like 3 kids,
Damn.
She's been married to him for years. And what brought them together was faith. And I think that it is such a strong tenet and people turn away from it so much. But what God can do in your life when you give up your life to God, I've seen it happen. If you want to see a miracle, turn to faith.
Wow.
And I want that for you, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to pray for you, Kayla.
Thank you.
She was so happy. The girls were so happy. Ended on such a wonderful, beautiful note. And I really do want to encourage people to watch that episode. I want young women especially to watch that episode and to know that just because you're going through a period of grief, which we all go through, and just because you're frustrated maybe by your finances and, of course, the glamour and the gloss of social media letting you know all the times that it could be so much easier, even if you sold your soul to the devil, you don't have to do that. You really do not have to do that. There is another option, and that option is hard work. And by the way, if you already are selling yourself, at any moment you can stop and you could turn to something else, something that is much more fulfilling. So I appreciate being able to sit down with these young ladies. They learned from me, but I want to say also, I very much learned from them. And that's.
Listen, I think that was a good move for her, and the way that she continues to go on the Joe Buttons and Fresh and Fits, and I'm not sure what other platforms that she's been a part of. I think that it's a good move for her. I think it's a good pivot. I think she continues to expand her audience and be great. And I think that she'll do well. Candace Owens is only 34 years old. She got so much runway ahead of her, and she's a woman, and she's conservative. So I think that she's going to do well and she's going to be successful. Xavier Johnson says, does getting married on month 8 of the pregnancy count as wedlock? I think you should get married before you even get a woman pregnant. All right? That's what I would say. I think you should get married. Like, y'all need to get married. Y'all need to know what that bond is like, live together, all of that stuff before you even open up yourself to that possibility. Never, under any circumstance, get somebody pregnant before you marry them, in my opinion. I don't think that you should raise children in a divided household. That's just my opinion. I stick with it. I roll with it. And I'm not coming off of that. I just believe that you should always, under any circumstances, marry before you carry. And so that's my opinion of that. Let me get into this Cameron and Mace thing. I've been reviewing a lot of Cameron and Mace. I kind of pivoted away from Corey Holcomb. Because once I didn't realize how messy it was getting with the Corey Holcomb conversation. I even anticipated reviewing the Kwame Brown thing because Kwame Brown is my guy in real life. And so I rock with him and he rock with me. But I kind of pivoted away from the Corey Holcomb stuff because I find the Mace and Cameron stuff will be a little bit more real. Not to say that Corey Holcomb is not entertaining and stuff like that, but it's a lot. For me personally, it's a lot, right? So I'm going to review this recent portion of It Is What It Is, because I think that they was talking about Trayvon Diggs, and I actually did a review about Trayvon Diggs the other day. So let's get into it. If anybody got a question or anything like that, feel free to be able to call in, and then we'll rock out from that. All right? Let me see if I can find out exactly where this is. Trayvon Diggs. I don't care about Aaron Rodgers. All right, let's get into this part. That should be it.
A very baby-filled week. We've got a lot of, pregnancy reveals in the past couple of days. Trayvon Diggs' girlfriend, Joy Chavis, announced she is pregnant. Thoughts on the reveal? Maurice, I actually want you to go first. And then
yeah. Well, I said, man, these older women got it figured out, right? They fail.
Hey, why Mace trying to have my background out here in these streets, though, fam? Mace, see that? See that back there, Mace? Hey, why Mace trying to have the city in the background on the low? No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with him. Shout out to Mace, man. Shout out to Mace and Cam.
Initially, and then they found them young suckers, right? so she's definitely figured it out.
They were failing with
us. So when you look at it,
Hold on 1 second. What's up, Lo?
Hi, I'm in the hospital, so you have to forgive my voice, and you have to forgive the way I look, because I don't want to be seen. Can you put me on camera? I have something really important to say.
Baby, you should be focused on recovering. You shouldn't be calling into the show.
No, I'm calling in because I have something important to say to the young women.
What are you doing in the hospital, babe?
I have cancer, breast cancer, spread all over my body. Anton, can you please let me say something to the young women?
No, she not trolling. She really in the hospital. I'm looking at her right now. All right, so hold on.
Please.
Give me a second. 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 Hold on 1 second.
Okay, sir. I appreciate it. And excuse my voice. I had surgery on March the 3rd. Anton, please let me speak to the young girls.
Go ahead, baby.
I'm not a troll, sweetheart.
No, she's not trolling. She really is in the hospital in real life. Go ahead, babe.
I want to say I just turned 59 years old, and I raised 2 daughters on my own by 2 separate dads.
Do you want to be on camera?
No, sir.
Okay, don't worry about it.
I raised two different daughters. One died at 17 on Easter 2005, and the other one will be 41 this March. May. Do you know how hard it was raising two kids on my own and going to school, going to getting my AA, getting my BS degree? Do you know how hard it was trying to raise a child with a crazy man that tried to kill me multiple times, and he tried to kill my kids multiple times? I did a disappearing
Hey,
act.
baby. Low. Relax, baby. Relax.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
No.
but these girls, they've been here.
Low. Relax.
I'm sorry.
You in a
I'm
hospital
sorry.
bed. You're in a hospital bed. I want you to relax, gather yourself, take your time, and then just get your thoughts off. Just breathe, baby. Okay?
Okay, I'm breathing, but this is a very important subject to me because I wish when I got pregnant as a teenager, I was ashamed. I saw females that already had kids, that had two kids by the time they were 14, 15, and 16. I was 17 when I got pregnant. I was 18 when I had my first kid. My goal was originally becoming a career woman and having kids because I was misraised by both of my parents. They were both horrible. And I didn't know nothing about having kids. But Lolita's stupid behind turned around and okay, I'll go quiet now. Lolita's stupid behind. Yeah, please close the door. Lolita's stupid behind was had stopped taking birth control because I'm like, well, why do I need birth control? I'm not seeing anybody. And right after that, I met my oldest daughter's dad, and of course, I was very book smart. I read over 500 books, Anton, but I was not people smart. And I got knocked up by a Pookie and a Ray Ray. They both were Pookies and Ray Rays. And because I didn't get schooled on how relationships work, because my parents did not love each other, I was an unwanted pregnancy. My parents got because my mom got knocked up with me, and they did not love each other. And I saw that as a young child. And when my daddy told me he's 16, he never loved my mother. I knew it. I knew it from when I was little. I was very observant, but didn't know nothing about relationships. I would tell any female, wait till you are married. When I had the attitude that I didn't want to get married because my goal was to become a career woman. When on the phone, when they told me that I was pregnant, because back then you had to go into the doctor's office. But she told me over the phone, and to me, my world was over. My for joy. I'm looking at her like, the F, are you happy? My life was over. My goal was to become a career woman and have my degree. And I still got my 2 degrees, but they don't imagine how hard it is online because neither my oldest daughter's father, he tried for almost 2 years to win me back. I would not let it because I hated him at that time. And after he got out of prison, and it's like, it's not easy. It's hard. I don't care what yeah, you may get lucky, but that is not the statistic. The statistic is being on welfare. The statistic is being on food stamps. The statistic is being on WIC. And I was on all those programs until I got statistic is being on Section 8 or HUD housing. Now, once I graduated and got my BS degree and moved into my disappearing act, I got a permanent job, but it still wasn't enough to take care of my kids. I still was on Section 8. I wasn't getting any food stamps, but I still needed Section 8 to help pay the rent. It is not easy. And that's what I wanted to say, Anton. If you have any questions, you could ask me.
No, listen, I just want you to rest. I want you to rest, okay? I really, really want you to rest. I just want you to relax. You've been through a lot in your life, okay? You got to just relax at this point. Are you enjoying the show? Do you enjoy what it
I
is?
will, but I just wanted to say that.
Are you enjoying the
Yes,
show?
and I'm so glad you had it this time of night. Yes, I am. This is an important subject. Any woman that thinks it's a breeze taking care of one kid was hard. When I had that second kid, oh my God, it was triple times harder.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love my daughter
Are
to
your
death.
kids there for you? What you going through and being in the
My
hospital right
one,
now?
my 17-year-old died on Easter Sunday in
Oh,
2005. Yes, my older daughter is there. My older daughter is there for me. And and do you know I don't deserve it? Because I was a horrible parent to her the first 4 years. My mom and my sister, that's 13 months younger, raised her. And I was a horrible parent to her afterwards. Do you know that she still loves me and wants to help me? And I don't deserve it. Anton, I don't
listen.
deserve it.
Hey, stop crying. Stop crying. Low. You got to relax, baby. Low.
Okay,
Low.
I'm calmed down.
Just relax, babe, okay?
Okay. But I love you. I love your show.
Low.
And
Low. Can I pray for you?
yes, please,
Where you from?
please.
Where you from?
I'm in Southern California.
Okay, just relax. Just relax. All right. So let's just relax for a minute. Let me just pray for you, and then we're going to go from there, okay?
Okay.
All right. So listen.
Thank you.
Listen. Lord, only you know this woman's story. You know what her heart is. You know what she's been through, and you also know what her future is. And we just ask that you be a comforter for her, be a blessing for her. Forgive her for anything that she may have done, and then also bless her to be forgiven, and give her comfort, give her peace, give her healing, give her everything that is good, and bless her life from here going forward, and everybody that she's ever touched, including all of the people that she's ever had an interaction with.
Please go. Thank you. Please go on. I'm sorry.
Just be there
I'm sorry.
for. No, it's fine. Just be there for, and be a comforter, and bless her to give her life over to you, and just oversee her life, Lord. We pray for her. This is our sister. We don't really care about what happened in the past. The only thing we care about is what's going on in the future. Just be there for her. Bless her to give her life over to you. We love you. We appreciate you. We praise you. We ask all of these blessings in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, low.
Yes.
Have you ever given your life over to God?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just stay focused. Focus on healing and just doing what you can do, and stay comforted and stay blessed, and then forgive yourself. Forgive everybody that's around you. Forgive yourself, and then have peace, and just know that God got you, okay?
Can I ask you one question?
Yeah, absolutely.
How do I forgive myself?
Have you ever asked in forgiveness for the people that you feel like you've done bad?
Yeah, but yes.
Listen,
But I need to work on that.
Listen. You gotta forgive yourself, and part of the ways in which you forgive yourself is you gotta take peace and comfort in knowing that you did the best that you can do. Because it's not about what happened in the past. It's about what's going on in the future.
That's true. That's true.
The minute that you give your life over to God, you focus on that. All right. And then you live every day focusing on being the best version of yourself. That's what forgiveness is. Forgiveness comes in the form of going forward, making sure that you live every single day in the best way that you possibly can.
Okay.
Focus
I
on
can
that. All
do
right.
that. Okay. Thank you.
All right, baby.
Thank you very much for taking my
Stay
call.
tuned in. Stay tuned into the show as much as you can on the days that you
I
can, and
will.
I'm gonna try to keep you entertained. Okay.
Okay. And when I can, I'm gonna join your bag chasers.
No,
I'm a
listen.
professional.
Don't worry about that. You focus on getting yourself healed right now. Okay.
Okay. I will.
I
And
love
thank you
you.
so much
I
for
love
taking
you.
my call.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay,
And
baby.
your I love your wife and your daughter too. And I don't know them. I love you.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
All right, bye. Man. Man. I can't do that. I'ma just save the Cam and Mace one for another day, man. Listen, bro, we don't know what people are going through, man. Y'all listen, I know we have fun and stuff, but we go through such a range of emotions on this show. On all of my shows, it's like we go through such a huge range of emotions, man. It's just it's an interesting dynamic. But let me take one more call and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Hold on one second. Is it DC?
Brother Anton, how you doing, sir?
What's up, my friend? How you feel?
Hey, man, God is good. God is good, brother.
All the time. What's the word, bro?
Hey, man, nothing much, bro. Just driving home from getting something to eat. I don't want to be on here long. I know you got a show running, bro. I don't want to waste too much of your time. But I will say, I really do appreciate your content and what you're doing for the community, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, bro. I'm blessed, bro. I'm incredibly blessed. And I'm just thankful that y'all rocking with me. And I'm rocking with y'all too, man. So thank you, bro. You work late at night?
Can you say it one more time?
You on that late night shift, big dog?
Hold on real quick, brother. Hold on.
You muted yourself, bro. You muted yourself. I lost you. Well, listen, y'all. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for me tonight. It is 3:19 a.m. here in Detroit, and we've been live streaming for well over 3 hours. And I hope y'all enjoy the live streams, man. I do, cause we do a lot. Like we get it in on the Millionaire Morning Show. We get it in on all of the different platforms. And I work my ass off. I really, 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 really work my ass off. I ain't got nothing left. I ain't got nothing left. I hope that I'm getting y'all through y'all late night shifts. I hope that y'all decided to stay in from the bar and instead just live stream with me and be able to kick it with me. I always like to be able to open up the lines for y'all to call in because I like to hear y'all thoughts. And I know that sometimes that we disagree and we have differences of opinions and we see things differently and all of that. But ultimately, through it all, I I wouldn't want to do this unless I had y'all in my sphere of influence. You guys are very, very much the reason why I do this. Without you, there is no me. So I'm appreciative of y'all, just as y'all are appreciative of me. And we hold each other up, man. And so I'm gonna do this on the end of this live stream. I'm gonna say that I hope y'all find value in what we doing here. And then on top of that, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And I'm gonna ask that y'all pray for me because I pray for y'all every day. Every single morning that I wake up, I brush my teeth. I get in the shower because I want to come through clean, and then I pray. And I never ask for anything for myself. I only ask that God help whoever it is that come into my sphere of influence, that they get something that they need in order to continue to grow and be the best version of themselves. And so I'm going to ask that y'all pray for me in the same way that I pray for y'all. And shout out to y'all. I see all of my people, including Mika in the chat. And I love y'all. I genuinely love y'all. I know we don't always agree, and I know we sometimes have differences of opinions, but through it all, we still rock with each other and we still love each other. We family, and family fight. You know what I'm saying? Family fight, and we got differences of opinion, but I genuinely do love y'all. All right. So listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna end it on that. And I'll keep y'all posted as to whether or not I'm a live stream tomorrow. It be heavy, man. I be needing a day to recover, to recoup. It take a lot of energy out of me to do this sometimes. So pray for me. I'm going to pray for y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. For those of y'all that's at the crib, just getting home from the bar. For those of y'all that's just getting home from work. Some of y'all has got to do the second half of your shift. I got you through the first half. You're going to have to hold it down on your own for the second. Y'all get some rest. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I got to catch a flight tomorrow. And then I might live stream down from Tampa, depending on what the circumstances is and if I get the opportunity to. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. God bless y'all.